I was trying to doctor up and make it at least somewhat artsy looking. I mean, I suck at drawing, but I'm good at Photoshop. So there that one's
Oh,
actually
okay,
from
yeah.
the Goldfinch. So yeah,
Okay, cool. Right on.
yeah. But basically it looks like him. So yeah, hard to avoid. He's got a pretty unique face. So
Thanks.
All right. So the way it normally goes is I do this little starting soon thing. I go live, and then we wait. We wait about a minute, minute and a half, and then I'll run the title, and then we properly begin. Just so that notifications can go out, people can jump on if they want to watch. I find that the early morning games like these ones have a little bit less watchers, but it's still fun nonetheless.
Who cares? We're dope anyway.
Oh, we already got comments. Nick's here with this comment.
Hey!
He always tries to be first. Sending
Yes, he
this.
does.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Nick.
He's a funny guy.
We love
All
Nick
right,
in
let's
this
run the
house.
title. Hello and welcome everybody to Magic Mysterium Sunday mornings, our very first session. I'm very excited to get down to business to defeat the Huns. Everybody is here. Everybody is ready. We will not be showing up next week, but the week after we'll be coming, hopefully with maybe a few more players, where we will start off our starting ceremony and start having the first few days of classes. But as for today, no one could ask for a better day than today. The clouds that so often accompany London's skies have cleared, and the warm light is coming down from above. You all stand in the leaky cauldron, old ramshacked sort of tavern of sorts, and a bumbling man seems to be counting other kids in your group before turning to wait, Rowan? Oh, there you are. A lot of it there. Keep up. We have plenty to do. Rowan looks up toward him, kind of for a moment dissociated from the scene. And you look up to see the kind face of a blonde-haired man wearing a comfortable flannel shirt, dissimilar to many of the other people who you've passed on your way in here. His name? Muggle Studies Professor Milne. That's what the letter called him, at least. You're not alone, though. You can see a few other students who are also being shepherded out of the back of this oddly named establishment and into a small, brick-walled back way. It's just this tiny little kind of dead end that you guys have found yourselves to. And Levi, a boy in the back, raises his hand. Excuse me, sir, but what are we doing here? A blondish boy speaks up, and the man turns toward him. Oh, well, Levi, the headmistress thought it best for me to lead the students who didn't have any wizard guardians present to lead them through the alley. Now, before we move forward, I have to warn you that students' first time can be a little overwhelming. But don't worry, as long as you stick by me, I'll be there to help. Is everybody ready? Okay, why don't we take attendance, he says, and he will take out a little clipboard. Okay, Levi, Juniper, he speaks up, and a girl says, here, there is a girl behind you guys in group. that has this like long red braid along her very very front. She has these like soft kind of green eyes, and she's looking around like she doesn't know what really
Her
is
eyes are
going
gray,
on
babe.
either. Gray, fine. After that, he calls up the next name, Caleb Blackbird. Is it
Present.
Caleb Blackbird here?
I'm right here.
Oh, and could you please give a description of your character?
Sure. So, Calum is American, very obviously American, due to how he speaks. He is very preppy. He has like a vest on and nice slacks. Really bright orange hair that is kind of all over the place. His eyes are also like yellow ish, very orangish yellow.
It's sort of
Um,
golden.
yeah, very golden, and he has freckles going all over his under his eyes and around his cheeks. And he actually has two earrings, both emeralds, on his
Mm,
ears.
pretty. So he'll mark you off, and as a little reminder, because I forgot to state it, be sure to when you give your character description, give only what we can see of your character. We definitely want to find out your backstory and stuff over time. So he calls your name, gives you a little check off. Wonderful. Macy Stickle. There's no response. Macy? And then a girl from behind in your group kind of like stops looking at the sky. Huh? What? Does someone need me? All right, he says he's going to check her off. You can see she's a little bit heavier set. She is pretty short. She has like a stark blonde hair that is put back in two kind of short pigtails. Just they don't go down very far. Just kind of are chopped off right at the ends. And she seems like she was completely daydreaming here. She's marked off. After her, you can hear the name Matilda. Do we have a Matilda?
So usually people call me Millie, but yes. Hello.
I can write that down. One second. He'll mark off your name and Millie. Give us a description of your character.
Millie has long blonde hair, usually one side tucked behind her ear. Okay, go sit down. She has very pale skin, bright eyes that are purple in color, and she has a very kind, sweet face, kind of chubby around the cheeks. Um, and she smiles up at the professor and like kind of nods her head.
Um, he'll mark you off as being here. And let me just show the actual map because why not right now? Here we are. So I've made mask and femme minis here that will look like Hogwarts students, and then I've got this guy looks way too old for being Professor Milne, but it's the closest mini I have.
Professor
So he's
Milne.
also here. Yeah.
I can send it.
Yeah, I would love it if you could send Professor
I'll
Milne,
send it
even
in
though
discussion.
that
Hold
image
on.
looks too young.
Too
the one you
young.
got. Yeah.
But it's better
Yeah.
than this old man.
um, after Millie is marked off. Oh wait, no, Millie, did you give a description of your character yet?
I sure did.
Oh, I must have blanked on that.
You must have
Um,
went out. There, I said
after Millie
Professor
is finished,
Milne in the discussion chat.
he's pretty. He's like
He's
like
handsome,
a
but
young
he's like
dad.
40. He's like dad
40?
age. He's like 40.
I was always thinking. I'm thinking that he probably turns 40
He's in his
during the
40s.
course of the campaign. That's how I
Sure.
always thought of it.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. So he's like late 30s right now.
Yeah.
And then you can hear the next name called, which is Rowan Vane.
I'm here. And this skinny, tall for his age boy raises a couple of fingers. And Rowan is pale, pale, pale. He's leaning on an umbrella and with a slightly stooped countenance, and he has this lank black hair. His eyes are black, almost unreflecting black. He doesn't have a lot
I've
of
seen
facial
people with
expression. He's
those.
got this nose on him that just dominates his face. He's wearing mostly black. He definitely looks like the goth of the group. But he's yeah, um, and he just sort of seems sort of ethereal. Something sort of ethereal about him.
So he just kind of like raises his hand a bit and like
Mhm.
folds back into the crowd.
Folds back into the crowd. He just does two fingers. His accent, he's suggests probably from the island somewhere, probably somewhere in the West Country.
Okay. After that, the name is called Darcy. Darcy Collins. I'm here too, Professor. Still don't know exactly what we're doing. Oh, don't worry. Once we're done here, we'll get right to it. And there is a girl who is standing there. She has kind of like long white hair that flows down to her shoulders. She's got these very, very pale blue eyes and this very, very pale skin. She's dressed sort of in muggle attire as well, just waiting in the group. And that's Darcy. And one of the last names is called. Wait a second. The last name? The last name? Yes. I've got a Miss Smith, Penelope Smith.
Oh, hello.
Oh, good. Here then. And he'll mark you off. Description?
She is a short, little, blonde hair with like up in pigtails, long blonde hair up in pigtails, with a little bit of bangs. She is wearing the most ostentatious purple dress with unicorns on it. So like
Nice.
very
That's great.
So cute.
And she's wearing these little those like jelly shoes from back in the early
Yes.
2000s. She's
Yes.
wearing purple jelly shoes.
I have a pair of those.
And she just looks like the most muggle child that you have ever seen.
The most muggle child to ever have muggled. Right. And he's going to start marking you down. Like your shoes. And right at that moment, when he finishes, he says, "All right, I think that's just about it. Don't forget about me, Dad." Somebody comes in from behind him, kind of under his shoulder. "Oh, of course, Sadie. How could I forget? There you are, dear." And he's going to mark her off as if he didn't just forget about his own daughter. This is Sadie. She has, she kind of probably looks a little bit similar to Millie, to be honest. She's got shoulder length blonde hair as well and blue eyes. Very similar to what her dad looks like, just in girl form. And when he marks her off, then he says, "Well, looks like we're all here. Good. Well, let's get going." The man leans over to the red brick wall on his right and taps multiple bricks with the butt of his knuckle. The brick he touched quivers. In the middle, a small hole appears. It grows wider and wider, and a second later, you're facing an archway large enough even for a car. An archway onto a cobbled street, which twists and turns out of sight. Sorry, I'm just trying to get... It's a teeny tiny area over here. There we go. Got all of Diagon Alley here waiting for you. Yeah, I'm just going to take this away so I can move everybody in and not give everyone motion sickness.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Get a good camera angle. There you go. And we're back. Okay. This, says Mr. Milne, is Diagon Alley. You watch on in amazement as the group steps through the open archway. You stagger through and watch over your shoulder as you can see the archway shrink instantly back into solid wall. The area is packed with every manner of odd character and item. People scatter around the area like ants, gathering supplies and trading coins. The sun shines brightly on a stack of cauldrons outside the nearest shop. Cauldrons, all sizes, copper, brass, pewter, silver, self-stirring, and, newly, collapsible, says a sign hanging over them. You'll probably be needing one of those, says Professor Milne to you all. All your materials and where to get them should be... here, he says as he gives you all, pulling out, supply lists. And I will actually send y'all the supply list. Now you don't have to get you don't have to roleplay getting everything, but you have to get at least one thing from every section of Diagon Alley that we go down. Okay. So as you guys look over that, you can see there's so many different things that you have to get. 3 sets of plain robes, a pair of dragon hide or similar, it says, protective gloves. There's a winter cloak, a bunch of different kinds of books, and cauldrons, glass vials, a telescope, brass scales. At the very, very bottom is put in all bold font. Parents are reminded that first years are not allowed their own broomsticks. Because of some kind of rule breaking in the past. And this would be Pottage's Cauldron Shop. The cool thing I have about all of these places is that if I click tab, I actually have like things that'll tell me what every shop front is on this entire street. I don't have their interiors because that would have been a little crazy. Okay. They've already been paid for, so you just need to let the shopkeepers know you're here to pick them up. Except for the bookstore and a few other places, you'll just need to bring the books to the counter. Anyone would wish they had about 8 more eyes. Turning your head in every direction, everyone seems to be trying to look at everything all at once. The shops, the people outside them, the people doing their shopping. You notice a plump woman outside an apothecary nearby, shaking her head as they pass. Dragon liver, 16 sickles an ounce. Oh, they're mad! She storms off. Professor Milne continues his little speech. So remember, don't go down any strange alleys and stay within the assigned block. I'll be standing out in the street and we'll make our way down. As long as you can see me, we should be good. We wouldn't want anyone getting lost like last year. All right, let's head out, Milne announces and leads the way forward through the crowd. Okay, I'm going to place Professor Milne further down the way. I think right here is where he's going to make the little cutoff. I'll put him flying so he's kind of a marker in the crowd. And I will take away our NPCs in the back. So we only got you guys. Around you, there's a few different places to see. If you guys want, there is a 2D version of this map, which matches this map entirely. If we go to Diagon Alley map, I just sent you guys a little link to it. In fact, I'll pull it up for stream just so you can also see it. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Here we are. This is my Diagon Alley map. Right now, you are just outside the Leaky Cauldron. So on your left was that Pottage's Cauldron shop. There's also Whizzacre's Wizarding Equipment if you want to go get your like brass scales or crystal vials and whatnot. Seems to be a lot of people inside. In fact, Diagon Alley seems to be just bursting with life. On the right, there is Scribbleless Writing Implements that has a few extra quills, probably some art supplies. There's Ilop's Owl Emporium if you guys wanted to purchase an owl. everybody should have some money based on how rich your parents are. You can see it in the equipment of wands and wizards. So I'll pull it up for everybody so we can just grab some money in the meantime. Wizarding equipment, yes. So if you have a hand-me-down student's pack, meaning you're not very well off, then you will start with 5 sickles. If you have a standard student's pack, which is just middle class, then you'll be having 15 sickles. If you are a wealthy student, you will be starting out with 2 galleons. Further down the way, we have Flourish and Blots. That is also available to head off to. That is, of course, our bookstore where we can grab our textbooks, which are very important. Across the way from that is Quality Quidditch Supplies. And the Magical Menagerie, the Magical Pet Store. It's important to state, however, I have a little different thing from canon, and that is that you are not technically allowed, the school does not allow you, to have pets until you take Magical Creatures class in 3rd year. Now, I have plenty of people who break that rule, but they have to keep that pet under wraps, or else they can get in trouble. So, I throw it to you guys. Where do you guys want to go? Pottage's Cauldron Shop, Wizacres Wizarding Equipment, Flourish and Blots? Do you want to go take a look at Magical Menagerie, even though you're not allowed?
Penelope would grab the person closest to her and go, "Oh my God, do you see that?" And she will point down the way at for Flourish and Blots, and she goes, "Look at how many books there are."
You can see them in the window, just kind of like creating these odd structures with their length. And you have grabbed onto Rowan, who's probably very deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah, Rowan looks a little uncomfortable. As soon as we walked out into the sun, Rowan has popped his umbrella to shade him from the sun. And
No, not an umbrella.
yes, he has popped the umbrella to shade himself from the sun, and he sort of looks at this very purple girl. It's one of the, and I'm going to have to work on the accent because I can't do. But that was a
We don't
future
have
goal.
to do accents.
I know, but I'm going to at least try it. At some point. And Rowan kind of starts striding in the direction of Flourish and Blots. And Penelope, if Penelope holds on, great.
Yep.
He says, it's one of the better stores.
Really? You've been here before?
Yes.
That's so cool. I've never been here. The whole wall opening thing, that was amazing.
I cannot with this pairing right now.
This character is fucking awesome.
I just like,
Flourish and
you've
Blots.
been here before? Yes.
we got Sun and Moon
And so
happening
Rowan
here.
looks at her and nods, and you get used to it. But it's
I don't think I will ever get used to it. This is so cool.
Well,
Right. So the two of them are heading over to Flourish and Blots. Let's get the location of our other 2 players for now. So of course we've got Millie and Rowan. Not Rowan. Sorry, Callum.
Calum
Or is it Calum?
Calum. Yeah, Calum. Calum is, if anyone's paying attention, he would be very excitingly just walking along each of the stores, and his hand is just kind of tracing in the air. And I just feeling any magic within 30 feet, which I'm sure there's a ton of it.
A fuck ton.
Just feel it.
Like, so much. There's charms and transfiguration effects. There's a few bewitchments that are going on. Would there be anything else? I don't think you really feel. So only charms are really transfiguration effects
Mhm.
that you can feel in the area. There's quite a few transfiguration effects that you can feel coming from Pottage's Cauldron Shop. There are some charms effects and bewitchments that you can feel coming from the Scribblus writing implements. Oh no, is that it? Is that it? Yeah, Scribblus. And then you know what? You can probably feel some jinxes, hexes, curses, enchantments, like on this man as he just like
Ooh.
puts out like a larger cigar, cuts it off with his foot and heads down to Nocturne Alley.
All right, all right. We'll keep that in mind. But yeah, so yeah, Caleb is just super excited. He seems to just be overwhelmed with the amount of magic around him.
Lily will like stride over to him, like watching him doing this weird thing with his arm.
Yeah, his hands just kind of like going like this, almost like he's like feeling different strands in the air that aren't really there.
Yeah, and if you got close enough, you'd also see his eyes would actually slightly turn brighter as well.
Like, walk over and just like watch him do this for like a moment. Like, what the hell? And she'll like, excuse me, your name was Caleb, right?
Oh, hi,
You guys
yes.
stop right in front of the Quidditch store here, so you can see like a Comet 9, one of the new brooms that are currently hovering in the showcase.
She will say, what are you doing with your arm?
Oh, I'm able to feel a lot of magic. Like it kind of flows through me, and I just love the feeling. And this is definitely the most amount of enchantments and other types of magic I've ever been around at once.
Interesting. How do you do it?
Um, I don't really know, to be honest. It just kind of happens.
Pointing. Well, that's all right. I assume that you've been in these kinds of places before.
No, I'm not from this country at all. I'm actually from America. Um, I came to Hogwarts instead of Evermarnie.
Instead of what?
It's like an American version of Hogwarts.
Okay. I'm not. I don't remember what they called it, but I come from non-magical people.
Oh, you non-mage, I think they're called.
No me.
I don't
No
remember
mage.
what they called them.
Pretty sure
Sure,
it's
if
no
that's
mage.
what it is, then that works for me. But yeah, I've never been in a place like this before. It's quite beautiful.
I agree. Do you want to go get our supplies together?
Sure, if you stop freaking me out with that arm.
Sure.
To flick it off. All right. Where are you guys heading off to?
Oh.
I don't care. Where do you want to go?
What do we need the most? What do you suggest? I don't know. Let's
We could go to
go.
the Cauldron Shop. We could. Cauldron Shop's a
So
good
there-
scene. What else is
Yeah,
a good one?
Cauldron Shop, Wizziggers, Wizarding Equipment are both good options, and then there's side options such as Magical Menagerie if you want to look at
Like
magical
pets, if we
beasts.
wanna look at
There
the pet
is
store,
the Quidditch store. There is the
supplies.
writing implement store.
We'll go to the Caldridge place.
Cauldron Shop? You
Yeah.
betcha.
Are cauldrons just like in the books, the big pots?
I think so. I think they come
There's a
in
big
different
stack of them
sizes.
outside, so you just point it.
And yeah, like she walks up
Yeah.
to it. She'll like look up at it for a moment and be like, I can't believe that I'll be actually making real witch's brew.
Same here. I've never actually made a potion before.
Have you seen them made?
Yes, I have. My family. Yeah, my family is pretty deep with magic, so I've been around it for a while.
That's
Walking
really
into
great for
Pottage's
you.
Walking into Potter's cauldron shop, outside, that like large stack of cauldrons, almost like teeters left and right, swaying in the breeze next to the sign. And inside, you can find a enclosed storefront, a a shopfront where there is a walkway that leads directly at the back to a countertop. It has an old man behind it with kind of a scraggly white beard. He has like a patch of nothing right in the middle of his beard, but like two things that kind of come down quite long. He seems quite old, and you can see him holding a large cauldron and hitting it on top of the counter as a woman currently stands there with a younger boy. She waves her wand. Thank you. Not a problem. It'll be just 3 galleons. And she's going to give him the money, wave her wand, and it will come up and follow her. From the left, you can see stacks upon stacks of different kinds of cauldrons made out of different materials. You can see ones that are nearly black with like cast iron. You can see some others that are like silvered, nicely polished. Other ones that are this kind of copperish, goldenish hue. And there is a door that's open in the back, and there are cauldrons that are currently floating out of the back one by one and stacking themselves in the main inventory on the left. Think of it kind of almost like a tire shop. On the right hand side, there is a few like glass cases that show off the different kinds of cauldrons, and you can see a girl with black hair. She looks to be about your age, who currently puts her hand over and kind of taps the glass. You can see a small cauldron that immediately folds inward on itself, becoming a small metal disc. And it comes to a rest. She's kind of taken a little bit off guard by it. Oh. She'll touch it again, and it will pop back out. Huh. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna touch cauldron. Does it shrink?
Yeah, if you kind of walk over and give it like a little tap on the glass, it will fold itself back in again. These are collapsible cauldrons, and they go for 5 galleons.
Oh,
Pretty amazing, don't you think?
yeah, that's definitely
Oh,
looks useful.
how
How do
did
you
they
think it
do
works?
that?
Oh, I'm fairly certain it's just a shortening enchantment. This girl says in front of you.
I'm Caleb. What's your name?
Oh, Drusilla Pruitt. Pleasure. You
Nice
can
to
see
meet
her
you.
better now.
It's lovely to
She's got
meet
kind
you.
of these. She's got kind of these like amber-colored eyes. She's got dark brown hair that is currently put up into like 2 space buns, and she has a red headband that comes along the middle with these bangs that come off on either side. She says, "Wait a minute. Are you a first year?"
Yes. Are you?
I'll be starting my first year, in a few days. Yeah,
Oh, that's
that's
really
really
cool.
exciting.
Yeah,
I didn't
definitely.
think I'd actually meet anybody in my year yet.
I've met a few. I think I've met like 4 so far. I'm not good with numbers, but I think it's like 4.
I think
And
there is a few
your
more
name?
than that, but, Millie.
Millie. Oh,
Yes,
my name is Drusilla.
Drusilla.
I was just coming
That's a
down
pretty
to grab
name.
some of my things.
Hmm.
I suppose I'll see you all on the train later today.
Definitely.
Yes, I'm
Maybe we can
sure
share a
that
cart.
perhaps.
And she'll pull away from that, giving you guys kind of a little nod, and she's going to hold I think it's like a size 2 pewter cauldron underneath of her arm, and go take it to the front. Get it paid for. Right, I got you down. There you are. Have a good day, miss. She's gonna walk out. You guys want to go up to the front?
I'll go up to like the shopkeep.
Okay.
I'll follow.
This older man currently is marking something off on a clipboard and then notices the two of you. Oh, is there something I can help you with today?
Yes. We're part of the group that's meant to just come up to the front and ask for our things. Prepaid.
I think I need a cauldron from here.
Prepaid crew. Come. You've come to the right place, I'll have you know. He's going to look down at his clipboard. I'll just need the two of your names.
Calum.
Calum.
Blackbird.
Last name. Right, I'll have you right here. Size 2, pewter cauldron. And you?
My name is my name is Matilda Gaunt.
Gone. Oh, another one of them, eh?
Another one of what?
He's gonna not answer you. Go into the back.
Riley will like look over at Caleb and be like, "What?"
She'll be like, another one of what?
You have no idea, Caleb. He's going to come back and bring both of you your two cauldrons. Those should do, at least for the next few years, before the lining starts to rust.
Thank you.
Thank you. You work perfectly.
Good luck at Hogwarts, you two.
She'll like incline her head and take the cauldron.
All right. Two of you walk out the back of the store, back into Diagon Alley. Okay. Meanwhile, down the way, we've got two people heading into Flourish and Blots. Walking into Flourish and Blots, you see a bookstore unlike any other that you have seen. Now, I believe Rowan has been here before, so it's not really a problem for him. But Penelope, this bookstore is odd and very unorganized. There is stacks upon stacks of books laying in large piles all around the store, and the store itself is filled to the brim with people. People all in kind of crowded areas trying to get their textbooks for the upcoming year. We're kind of in the first year rush, like the back to school sales, that kind of shit. The storefront itself has a second floor landing that seems to be more sparse. There is a staircase on your left that leads up to it, and while normally two people could probably go up that staircase just fine, half of the staircase has been taken up by, on every single step, there is a small stack of books. And so it kind of becomes a one-butt stairwell. There is a kind of underway that leads further into the store from where you are, and you can see a stack of books that curves into a sort of archway that constantly teeters back and forth with everybody moving around it. You feel as though it's going to fall over at any moment, and yet it doesn't. On your right, you just past that, you have a little raised platform, a kind of L-shaped desk that has a younger man, probably in his early 20s, who is currently trying to serve as many guests as they can. The guests are rowdy. They have not formed themselves into a line or anything. Just people en masse are coming up to the front trying to wave their books like, check me out, check me out. Yes, just a moment. I'm just going to be helping them a bit. You don't have to yell, he says, and he's taking somebody else's stuff. And it gets a little bit more sparse with people the further back you go. Now, you have a lot of books to find, and since this bookstore is absolutely not organized, it's probably going to take a little bit. You guys can roleplay a little bit before I call for your roll.
So Rowan lowers his umbrella, of course, when they're now inside, and he kind of minimizes it against himself, and with Penelope still on his arm, he seems undaunted, like he's almost used to this, and he starts walking through the arch, and he turns to her and says, "Don't worry, it never actually falls." And he starts leading her towards where he knows or suspects that the Transfiguration books are. Right. So you've never been here at all?
No, I mean, I can feel the magic of this place, and I think it's really cool. But no, I've never actually been here. I grew up kind of in the no magic world kind of thing. But I already knew it existed because I could just feel it, like that over there. That's enchanted. And she
Rowan
points to
looks where
something
she's
random on the wall.
There's like
Yeah,
a book
and
that's
he
like
nods.
pushing itself back into the bookcase right now.
Yeah, Rowan nods, the sort of solemnish nod, and he is weaving through people almost like he's ethereal. It's just like he's used to having to avoid people.
Meanwhile,
and
Penelope is knocking into every single person on
so
the way.
she's slowing him down. So, so you
Like,
don't know.
I'm so sorry. No. Let me help you with that.
And Rowan stops and Rowan stops and looks at Penelope, and he's sort of trying to form his words, just trying to decide this odd creature that is latched onto him. Fascinatingly odd, yes, fascinatingly strange person. Don't worry, they all do this every year. It always looks like this.
Especially when they have an author.
Yeah. Is there an author today?
No.
especially when
there's
when some writer, Backshot or something comes by. I'm going Australian. Oh no.
You need like what I find best for accents is having a resetting phrase, something that just like captures the essence of your accent, and then if you start going off, you just say that resetting phrase. You can continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find one. I'm gonna after we're done here. What I'm gonna do is look up the Devon accent because he's from Devon, and just try and find that word.
I have one for Irish, but it's a little culturally insensitive.
It's a little bit
because I said it as a joke one time, and but it works. Like I can get it, and it's a diddly potato. And then,
that's not
I can do an
all.
Irish accent whenever I want.
Yeah, so the Irish is not all that difficult to do. I agree. Yeah, I wish I could do Welsh, but I can't.
So. I can't do Irish. I can't do anything.
Yeah, Welsh is hard because you have to get. Oh, you're welcome. You have to be a little bit sing-song, but yeah.
One of my best friends growing up was very Welsh, and so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, so Rowan, he's trying to sort of pull Penelope along. He seems like one of those guys that just shops to get it done. And he immediately stops in front of one, and he starts tracing his fingers around, and he looks at her and says, "So, you don't know about Nocturne?"
What do you mean? What is that? Like nocturnal? Like night?
Sort of. It's we'd have to break away from the group, but it's where the shadowy magic is.
Shadowy? That sounds so cool.
Well, yeah. And he there's this odd, peculiar light that lights in his eyes. So, but anyway, so he's tracing his finger. He goes back to it, and he pulls this book out, and he hands it to Penelope. And it is The Dark Force is a guide to self-protection by Quentin Trimble. You'll need that one.
The Dark Forces, a guide to self-protection. That sounds so cool.
It is.
And so you guys are both going to start trying to gather your books. It is a little bit hard because of how disorganized this place is. I'll have the two of you make a investigation check, please. So the best way to do this is by using our website. So we all have set up with the bot. So if you do /website, it'll give you your own little link that you can bookmark. And when you have your character sheet up on the website, you can go to investigation. If you click it, you'll actually see roll it, and it will roll into the channel.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have to bring up our character, right?
Your character sheet.
Yeah.
If you go on the website.
Oddly enough, I tried to do that earlier on the website and it just didn't like me. So.
You know, has anyone here seen the Star Kid Harry Potter musical?
No, do tell.
I have not.
There is the only thing that they say about Hufflepuffs in the entire musical is that they're great finders. And that's the only thing I'm thinking about as she's going through this store.
Nice.
Great finders.
14
minutes 16. Yeah. You guys are looking around, making sure that you check kind of the little nooks and crannies, the places that people normally are. You find sort of a stack of books underneath of the stairs that has a few of the things you need. You're able to see 1,000 magical herbs and fungi down here. On top of that, you can see a higher shelf that has yet to be picked clean, that has fantastic beasts and where to find them. And Penelope, just as you're turning... because Rowan kind of yells over to you that he's found magical drafts and potions. You go to turn over there, and you immediately bash into somebody. You can all of the books that you're currently holding, actually not all of them, just like one or two, kind of slide off of your hand. Oh, ow! Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's my bad.
Oh, that kind of sucks. Are you okay?
Maybe a little concussed.
Oh, I've been told I have a pretty hard head.
I'm sorry. Do you work here, perchance?
No, but do you need help?
You can see a boy in front of you. He has kind of this strawberry blonde hair that is like middle parted down, about not ear length, and he currently holds a sort of like walking stick of sorts. It's nice polished wood, and you can see as you are now close enough to him that his eyes are like grayed over, like cataract. This boy is blind. Probably why he bumped into you.
Oops.
You weren't really looking where you were going either.
Does he answer her question about if he needs help?
Can you re-ask it for me?
Oh, I don't. But do you need any help? I mean, I can try.
I was told that I could get my books here. I have a special order. They just said to find them in the back, but there's so many people here.
Oh,
you're like the fourth person I've bumped into today.
I can. Here, take my arm, and we will charge through the crowd.
If that's what it takes, he's gonna grab your elbow, and kind of like hold on, and Penelope, you like just barrel through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that you're barreling through this with a blind kid.
She's not very smart.
So funny.
And you kind of push out of the way. You can push through the crowd, and you make it toward the back of the area where there's probably a few less people. You know, someone gets hit, their books all go flying.
She does not apologize this time. She's on a mission.
And Rowan's like has just found this the magical drafts and potions. He takes it down, takes a look at it, and then you hear the battle cry from Penelope. Ah! And he just like watches you slowly go through the
He
store,
slowly
causing
shakes his
mayhem.
head.
You can see she's with some other boy right now. I mean, I don't know. And they end up at the back, so you can join them if you wish. But at the very back of the store, there's like this sort of like little inlet. There are a few more organized bookcases and a doorway at the very, very back. The doorway is currently open, and sitting on its face is a little sign that says employees only. There is a table back here with a larger stack of books that look like they're in the process of being organized, and you can see somebody walk past the doorway carrying a large stack of books. I'm talking larger than you can see, so it actually goes above until some kind of vaulted ceiling past where the doorway can actually view. And he walks past, and then do you say anything?
Yeah, she's gonna call out and she's gonna go, "Oi, you over there!"
I need some help. I'll just be a second.
You can just drop those. We'll help you in a second.
He walks out of view, and you can hear a large, heavy thud as he like releases them all on the ground. He comes back. Hello. Sorry, we're a little bit understaffed today. Something I can do for you?
Oh, well, this is my friend, and he said that he. Oh,
You just continue.
Yeah, he's my friend, and he said that he has a stack of books back here. I actually don't know his name. So.
My name's Nolan Anderson. He says.
Yeah, you have like a stack of books for him.
Special order. He says. Penelope's like so loud, like you're doing all the talking for him, and it's so funny. I love it. And yeah, he needs help. He's like, all right, let me check. He looks at something just on the other side of the doorway. Flipping papers. Right, I have some special orders for Braille textbooks. That'll be me. Just a second.
And right as he turns around, Rowan has just popped up right there.
Rowan is just standing behind the two of them.
Right, just like boom.
If she like,
you notice.
She will notice him and like out of the corner of her eye, kind of turn, not like thinking about it, sees him just right there, and she like lets out a little, and will go, "Oh my gosh, you scared me."
Sorry, that happens a lot with me.
Oh no, there's another friend.
Hears his voice.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I'm Nolan. He says, putting his hand just out in front of him.
And Rowan moves to grab his hand and shakes it. Rowan Vane.
I'm Penelope.
And right, I suppose I didn't exactly ask. That's my bad. How rude of me. Is this your guys's? Are you guys going into second year, third year?
Oh, first.
You're in my year.
You're in our year?
That's why I'm getting textbooks today. We need a lot, don't we?
Yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6, maybe 7. I don't know. I didn't really count them.
And that's just the required text.
8, actually.
Oh, that's a lot.
And at that moment, the younger worker comes out from the back. Actually, no. You can hear at this point, around the corner, around the bend in the back area, you can hear something suddenly. A clatter of books all falling to the ground. Oh, fuck! You can hear from the back. Shit. You can hear him whisper. You can see somebody pull out of a stack of books, a few that have fallen into view, and he's holding a stack of books, 8 books that are tied together. He says, "Well, Mr. Anderson, I believe these are for you."
She will
thank
intercept
you.
and grab them for him.
Uh-huh.
And she'll go, I'll carry these. And you can come with us. We're going to what was that place called
Nocturne.
again,
My mom says not to go to Nocturne Alley. I mean, people get mugged in there.
Rowan? What, really?
Only if you're not careful. Just keep your eyes open.
Oh, that was mean. That was really mean, Rowan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant keep your senses.
I'm sure if you lacking the eyesight, you're probably really really good at other things. So you could probably like ninja kick someone's ass.
He looks at
Rowan sort of
turns
awkwardly.
toward Rowan like, what? What is this logic?
What's a ninja?
I love Penelope immediately taking the books and being like, "You can come with us." It makes me think about the TikTok audio from Dimension 20. Is like, "Am I getting kidnapped? No, no. Can I leave? No."
Well, we still have to get all of our other stuff and then go to this alley place. So, I mean, if you don't really want to go, we still need to get our other stuff too.
Penelope, is this your first time at Diagon Alley?
How did you know?
Oh, good intuition, I guess. I would really not recommend you go to Dr. Alley. They got like cursed object stores and stuff in there. You could get seriously hurt.
Oh, that sounds bad. Rowan, are you sure that we should go there?
You just don't touch anything.
Oh, well, I guess if I don't touch anything.
I actually need to find my parents.
Oh,
They're probably looking for me.
okay.
I was walking out in the street and they were just suddenly gone, so I thought may as well go and do some of my prep on my own. May I? He says, gesturing for his books.
I suppose, but you have to promise to sit with me on the train.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Of course, sure. He'll like take them a little bit. It was really nice meeting you, Penelope, and you say your name is Rowan, right?
Yeah.
He goes to say another thing. He opens up his mouth to speak, and you can immediately hear someone cutting it off. Nolan Anderson! You can hear somebody pushing through the crowd. Out of my way! A older woman with like this kind of lightly ginger hair coming in. Where on earth have you been? We have been looking everywhere. She like grabs him, like giving like a little shake.
Hey! It's totally my fault. I'm so sorry. I thought he was just really cool and I wanted to help him get his books.
Oh, Nolan, you found a few friends, did you? Oh, we just met. We were gonna sit together on the train. And she says, "Oh, that's wonderful, dear. It's great to meet you." I need to get her name. What is? Fuck. I have her name, but it's gonna take me a second to go through my notes. What is her name? Who is she? What am I looking at? Okay, continues backward. Yeah, before that. Keep going. There it is. Her name, she says, "It's wonderful to meet you. My name's Linnea," she says, giving you a little, like, she grabs your hand with her two hands and gives it, like, a little shake. "Thank you so much for helping my little bumblebee. He gets lost pretty easily." "I'm not lost, Mom. I turned around and you guys were just gone." And, coming in from behind, like, with, panting heavily, is what you can only expect as his dad, also coming in. "Oh, good. Oh, good, you found him. I'm just gonna take a minute." Takes a heavy breath. And his mother will say, Your dad's a little bit out of breath. We've been looking for you for the last 30 minutes or so. We were going to head down to the Fountain of Fair Fortune, so come on. They said that I could stay with them if you're okay with it. She looks back at him, looks back at both of you.
She smiles.
Penelope up and down, and then Rowan up and down, and she's going to make a parental decision.
Rowan is just
Penelope.
almost unblinkingly staring at her, just waiting.
Penelope, I'll have you make a persuasion check if you want to hang out with Nolan.
Okay. Persuasion.
Am I getting kidnapped? Oh.
All the way at the bottom.
You're totally getting kidnapped.
What'd you get?
No,
I don't always have a rolling channel open, so.
I got a 5.
Wait,
5.
wait.
So she
I
will-
will give my first subscribers advantage.
Yeah. So this is something new players might not know, but so obviously we have a Twitch, and sometimes people subscribe to that Twitch. And if you are a actual player and you subscribe to my Twitch, I want to give you something back. So I give people subscriber advantages that you cannot use for yourself, but you can give to others. So Julian right now is giving you an advantage to go ahead and roll again.
Oh man. Okay.
Make this happen.
That way it's not pay to win, it's pay for others to win.
7.
Now, you weren't actually rolling at advantage, you were rolling the second
okay.
one. But that's still 7. So,
We tried.
she goes, I think it's probably best if we stay together. I wouldn't know where to find you.
Well,
And,
why don't you guys come with us too? We can just have a whole family
Rowan
outing.
adds-
That would be so cool.
Yeah. Rowan adds,
is
I know
Rowan.
the alley really well, if it'll help you.
okay. Now that I'm gonna state here, Rowan's giving the help advantage, so I'll allow you to roll one more time.
Okay, please, dear God, let me roll something above a 10.
18.
Oh, 18. Nice.
Please, Mom. I mean, you guys probably have to look after Zachary. She turns around to her husband. She says, Henry? Yes, dear. Where's Zachary? She turns around. The ice cream store. And Henry will run back. Oh dear. All right, fine, but I want you back at not Flourish and Blots. Where would they be meeting? I want you back meeting at the carpet market at 4. All right, at 4. Okay, Mom. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Look after him. I mean, she's gonna go help Henry go find her other son. Henry, where's Zach? Wait, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you get to stay with us.
You now have gained a companion, like some kind of like RPG game.
Companion, hostage,
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
All right. Walking out of Flourish and Blots, you walk back to the actual street itself, and where am I looking here? I just wanted to grab Millie and whatnot. Millie and Callum have already kind of grabbed their cauldrons, grabbed a few writing implements, and you have met up with Professor Milne along with the rest of the group. Here we are. So you guys are right here with Professor Milne, along with like Darcy and Macy and whatnot, and Juniper. And you guys are just exiting right now, just walking right out of the store here. And the moment that happens, you can hear somebody yell, "Out of the way!" And I would like both of you to make a dex save.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, and Nolan.
Oh no.
Nolan has disadvantage because he's blind. Okay. He actually made it.
$19.
Okay, you've made it. And Rowan, what'd you get?
No.
Rowan did not make it.
You got a 5? Is that what
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the song
Rowan got
was saying?
a 5, so he's popping his umbrella to block himself when he hears this, and he looks up, like too late.
No, I actually have a Nolan mini, so I'm actually going to throw him in here. Here we are. So this is what happens. This boy comes barreling through the crowd, just trying to run, pushing past people, and because he says out of the way, I'll say this. Penelope, you're actually grabbed by Nolan. Nolan pulls you back, and you hold all of your books. Meanwhile, Rowan is hit directly onto. The two of them go spiraling out and land on their ass. There is books that fly everywhere. All the books that Rowan has like accumulated up until now, and you can see a boy kind of, ow. He looks up and you can see he has these like horn rimmed glasses on. He's got dark black kind of raven hair, and he just opens his mouth to speak toward the two of you, looking out at like the wreckage he's caused, and then you can hear, Wilfred, get back here! And he, oh shit! And he's going to scramble up to his feet and run away as quickly as he can through the crowd until you can't see him anymore.
Oh man, that was a lot.
Are you okay? No one asks.
I'm okay. Rowan?
And Rowan is sort of pushing himself up onto his elbows with this sort of humiliated, incredulous look. But he gets up silent, he brushes himself off and mutters, "I'm fine. Where's my..." And he starts gathering his books up.
Okay,
She will
you're
try to
arguing
help
he's
as best
gathering
as she
him.
can with her own books in hand.
Penelope will go down. A moment later, there's a man in like a dark trench coat, similar black hair, coming through the crowd. He's trying to look for somebody, for this boy probably, and he continues past. A moment later, though, you can see Professor Milne pushing through the crowd, sees the two of you, and goes, Rowan, what are you doing on the ground?
He wanted to look at the sky.
There's no time for sky gazing. For cloud gazing, and he'll come over and like help Rowan up, as you've already gotten all your books here.
Okay. Rowan pops his umbrella.
We were going to be moving on for robes. May as well get going, eh? Oh, so let's clean you up a little bit, and he's got to just like pat you down.
I turn to Nolan and say, "Do you have your robes yet?"
No, actually, I don't. Nolan says. Oh, hello. I don't think you're a part of our group, are you? No. My parents are just gathering stuff right now. Penelope said I could join. The more the merrier. He's like, whatever, sure. And Milne will turn around. Well, we're heading off this way. Keep up. And three of you will head off. Wondering where that boy went. Okay. I'm going to move everybody up to the intersection here. I'll move you right here. Professor Milne would be at Glad Rags. So, new area. There's plenty of different places to go. Walking down the area, the biggest and loudest place that you can see is, of course, Weasley Wizard Wheezes. This large orange shopfront, iconic. You can hear sights and sounds, whizzing noises and laughter and screams coming from within. And high up on top, you can see a man. Oh, big face of a man with a top hat. Our arm comes off the side of the building, grabbing the top hat, bringing it up, and there's nothing, brings it back down, brings it back up, and there is an animatronic like rabbit that currently eats a large orange carrot. The hat's brought back down, and it's gone again. And there's like a little flourish with the hat, gesturing down toward the kids as they rush inside the shop of Weasley Wizard Wheezes. But right now, Professor Milne instead is gesturing to the right, where we have Glad Rags Wizard Wear. There is a long ass line. I'm talking. It goes outside the door, but as Professor Milne is gesturing for people to go in, those people are getting into the door. And then on your left, down this way, is two apothecaries, Slugging Jiggers and Mr. Mulpepper's apothecary, right off the side of, what is it called? Is this Secondhand Books? Secondhand Bookstore, yeah. Further down the way, you'll be able to see a few other ones. Specifically, this is sometimes fun if people go to it. There is the Junk Shop, this tiny little store that looks like almost like an antique store that has a bunch of odds and ends. Where do you guys want to go?
Well, I think we're looking for robes, so she would grab both of her boys by the arm and like try to drag them towards the nearest clothing place.
And Rowan sort of resists and says, I think we should go this way. And he's seems to be going towards Weasley's Wizard Wheezes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you promise that we go to the to after the store after.
We have to get everything on our list, right? But
Yep.
it won't hurt to go in.
Sure. I mean, what do you think, Nolan?
I don't know where we are.
Oh, there's a giant top hat dude with a rabbit underneath it on top of a store.
That would probably be Weasley Wizard Wheezes.
Yep, and that's where we're gonna go, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's always time to get robes after.
True.
Okay, so you guys are going there to Weasley Wizards. Millie and Callum, where are you guys heading off to?
I am muted. Do you want to go with them,
Caleb.
or do you want to get our robes?
Jordan, are you here? You're muted. Sometimes Jordan's like making food in the background. I'm gonna go yell at him.
Rowan will
Is he,
look
like,
back.
looking for me?
Rowan will look
I'm
back
look-
at Callum and Millie and sort of wondering if they're coming with.
They did not answer me. Jordan? I'm talking to you. You're muted. Okay.
Dude, I was just can you hear me?
Yes. No, I can hear you.
I stepped away for legit 2 seconds to put something in the microwave for my mom.
Oh,
2 seconds, bro. I had no chill.
so
Do you want to
Jordan
follow
and
them to the
Caleb.
joke store, or do you want to go get our robes?
I need to go to the joke store. I've never been to one before.
Me neither. Let's go. We'll follow them.
All right. The rest of the group heads to Madame Malkin's to get their robes, and you guys take a little detour, entering into Weasley Wizard Wheezes. Okay. I need to go back up to where my notes are.
Penelope is ecstatic that the entire group is going, or at least the mini group is going, and
Got more friends.
yeah, exactly.
And she what?
She would just like try to clap her hands together, forget that she is like holding on to both of the boys, and like oops, and jerks them a little bit.
That's the dream. To have a boy on every arm. Okay. Yeah. Here. So they'll be entering right at the same time as you guys, but we'll at least get the description out of the way. So walking into the storefront, it is anyone could wish that you had multiple bodies to go further through this store for longer. There is odd items lying everywhere. It's a stark orange storefront that has a raised, tall vaulted ceiling, multiple floors that you can literally see. So they're like internal floors, almost like little landings. So you have the main ground floor where you are right now, high up above. There are like little zip lines that go in between different floors, and like kites that softly fly in the ether above. There is stairs that lead up to a first floor landing and then a second floor landing, kind of reminiscent of like the moving staircases. These staircases kind of go off in odd ways. And you can hear the sound, the triumphant boom of a large elephant. And looking up on the second floor, there is what looks to be a bunch of boxes of dung bombs that have a elephant on their cover that are pressed together and are currently animated to like when you go to like Walmart or something and they've like grabbed the pop cans and like made some kind of like statue out of it. Yes, no.
Yeah.
Am I off the line?
Yes.
Okay. It's kind of like that, but they've made the head of an elephant, and it made
That's
a big
really cool.
noise from above. Penelope, I actually no, not Penelope. Rowan, I would like you please to make a perception check.
Okay, on it.
Okay. Then
10.
now I would like Penelope to make a perception check.
Got it. Perception. $15.
Okay. With a 15, you can see right up where that elephant blared. A certain person whom you recognize, the person who bumped into Rowan a moment ago, and he currently has a big smile on, and he has a large stack of items, and grabs a box of dung bombs from the elephant and places it on top.
I'm going to point him out to Rowan, and I'm going to go, there's that little shit that knocked you down.
And Rowan looks at him and
He moves
Be
out
right
of sight
back.
nearly immediately because he's on a higher landing than you, but yeah.
Rowan looks and says, "Yeah, be right back." And he loosens himself from Penelope's arm. And he's going to make a stealth check and try and get close to this kid.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay.
What's happening right now?
Kane
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
What? What's happening right now? Can you tell me what's happening?
Rowan found Wilfred after Wilfred hit into him.
Am I with everybody right now?
Yes, we're about to jump to that. So Rowan, we'll say
Okay.
just for that 17. You always have to announce your rolls.
Oh, sorry about that.
After a 17 for the stealth check, before the 17 for the stealth check, we're just going to have a little bit of roleplay right here in the lobby as people are all looking around at the storefront, because Millie and Caleb have also walked in from behind you too, and you can see Penelope has Rowan and a different boy who was not originally your group pulled around by the arms.
Oh, it's good to see you all again.
Where did you go?
We
Is
went
that
to go
true?
get our cauldrons.
Yes, we went to the cauldron shop. It was quite lovely.
We went to the bookstore.
Penelope, are
How
these
was
your
that?
friends?
Did you find things all right?
We found the best thing. This is Nolan.
Hello.
Wait,
Hello.
I'm the
Nolan?
best thing.
That's really high praise.
Apparently. Yeah, Nolan Henderson. Hi.
Hey.
Penelope is very persuasive. Say.
She is going to go up to the first like tactile thing that she sees that she could get Nolan to play with, since Rowan is going to like scooch off. She is going to find like the coolest things that are both tactile and like easily accessible for someone who does not have eyesight. That is still cool.
Well, firstly, you'd probably find the Fanged Flyer, which is like a fanged. I think it's fanged. No, Fanged Frisbee is a separate thing. What's a Fanged Flyer? Let me see. Fanged Flyer. Oh, it's like the same thing. Yeah, it's a. Think of it like a. Like a circular saw.
Yeah.
It's like a circular saw blade, but you're able to throw it, and it'll like fly around the space like a UFO. And it has these like little ridges on the sides, like little teeth.
She would probably not grab that because she sees if someone threw that and it came back and hit Nolan, that would be very bad. She's trying to avoid accidents.
I would like try to look at a tactile things. There's nose biting teacups. Like the tactile things of this stuff
are mean.
Are going to be mean. Yeah. There's magical mustache, miracle stubble grow, self-propelling custard pies, self-writing quills.
She'll probably pick up one of the
tiny
self
twisters.
Tiny twister. What is that? Like a little mini tornado?
Yeah. It's a part of Weasley's wonderful weather. And so there's a bunch of different bottles that have weather trapped within them. So there's like swamp ones, and there is so there's like a portable swamp. There is lightning, rain, sunny. There is like wind and tornadoes for the tiny twisters.
She is going to pick up the self-writing quill instead of the other things because I don't think he can see into a bottle. And
self-writing quill is a joke self-writing quill. It will it will, like, when someone tells it to write something, it will instead write like insults to that person.
Oh no.
She is going to take it up to Nolan and she's gonna go, "This is the coolest quill. Look at what it, I mean, oh, hold on. Do you think this writes in Braille?" She's gonna turn to anybody else in the group.
I don't think so.
Can you even write in Braille?
There's apparatuses you can get that will puncture little holes in paper to make those sort of writings. Yeah.
You could probably just use this and poke holes in paper with it.
I appreciate the care, he says with a bit of a chuckle in his voice. And then Millie, are you kind of walking up at this point? Okay, Millie's not here.
Yeah, no. 1 second. I just had to switch my tabs. Yeah, she'll walk up. Wait, before I come up here, is Rowan still here?
Probably at this. I mean, yeah. I'm just like, I want to give you an opportunity to meet him before he stealths away. So
yes,
if
that
you're
works.
looking
Yeah.
to meet him, then you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk up. Hi. I don't believe we actually got to be formally introduced. I'll say to Rowan. My name is Millie.
And Rowan turns to Millie and observes her. And he extends his hand. He's got these long, skinny fingers, and when he takes her hand, his hand's kind of cold. Rowan thing.
It's lovely to meet you. Do I notice him like eyeing somebody up at the top right now?
He does look
Yeah.
distracted enough, but yeah.
She'll like kind of like notice that, make it obvious that she notices, and she'll like look at you and like very quietly will say, "Are we friends now?"
Friends now?
Sure. And Rowan looks like almost like nobody's ever asked him that before.
Yeah.
She'll, like-
and he goes,
she'll, like-
sure.
She'll like point up at the boy and be like, "Do you not like him?"
I don't hate him, but he ran into me. I thought I'd get him back.
See that? And she'll like walk away.
She'll give you like a little nod. Like
She
go
gives a
right
nod
ahead.
and says, "Copy that." Walks away.
And Rowan will pull away from the group.
Is that our two Slytherins right there?
Yes, we'll see. Caleb. There are so many different things at your disposal. On top of that, there is, if you wish, there is mystery boxes. Weasley mystery boxes. They cost a single galleon, but you could get something that costs less than a galleon. You can get something that costs more than a galleon in them.
I'm just gonna browse and just wait for something to happen.
All right. Caleb, up the stairs where you are on that first floor landing, you can see a bit of firelight glinting out of this like innocuous glass box. And you can see what looks to be a girl like bent over looking, having her face almost pressed to the glass, looking inside. You can see her face is hit by this firelight, and the fire ends, and then you can hear something coming out of the bottom of apparently a machine, and these are dragon fire chocolates that are currently has been roasted and then dropping into like a bag she's holding. Mmm. So good.
I'm gonna
See
press
her up
my.
there.
Oh, she's up there. Okay.
No, she's like just up the steps from where you are.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna press my face against the glass and see what she was looking at.
Sure. You walk over and like looking to the side of it, you can see what looks to be a set of rolling pins that when the moment you put a sickle down in there, it's going to drop a bunch of little chocolates in, and in like a little cage at the very, very top, there is the teeny tiniest of dragons. Probably, the size of like your palm. And it stands there in a little cage, and it's the one that's going to burst down a little flame at the very, very top of the chocolates just to roast and caramelize and sear the tops of them.
And it's a sickle, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely get one of those and
Sure, you can
pop it
place
into my
that in
mouth.
there, twist the thing, and it starts up again. A few chocolates like fall down onto the rolling pins. They start softly moving them, and that you can hear the sound of a little bit of a dragon breath down at your fires, at your chocolates, and this girl taking a mother bite. Her really cool, eh? That's
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time I've ever seen anybody do dragonfire chocolate before.
Is that what these are called? Dragon fire?
Dragonfire chocolates.
Oh.
Normally I just get like a little torch or something on the top of mine.
I've never seen these before, although I haven't seen a lot of this before. It's very different from where I am from. I'm Caleb. Who are you?
Oh, my name's Rin Kaga. This is my first time here, actually, at Weasley Wizards. It's a really wonderful store, don't you think?
It really is. Are you a first year?
Yeah.
Same.
Well, I guess kind of second year, but kind of first year too.
Did you get held back?
No. Oh, they guess they start a year earlier at Mahotokoro.
What?
I'll now give you the
Oh.
description of this woman. This girl, she has kind of a short bob cut of black hair. She's got these circular glasses on her on the rim of her nose. She's got very very fair skin, and she seems to have some Japanese features.
How many chocolates did I get?
You would have gotten like 8 or so
Okay.
in a bag.
I'm gonna give her like 4 of them. Here, you can have
Oh,
half
she
of
already
mine.
has a bag.
Oh, I'm gonna give her more.
Oh, I already got one actually.
You can have more.
Here,
I don't.
you can have one of mine, and I'll have one of yours.
Sure.
And she'll just stick her fingers in there and grab one.
I'll stick
Take a
mine
bite.
and grab hers.
I like your hair.
Thanks. I like yours too. Although mine's a little bit of a mess. It always seems to like kind of like swoop out for some reason. I can't seem to get it to just stay straight, and he's gonna like try to push it down. It just poofs back outside.
Yeah, you can get it. You can get it down, and then like a second passes, it goes. Boop.
Yeah, it just goes to a different part.
She says, "Anything catch your eye yet? I was thinking about getting the mysterious midnight moon madness."
Those flying discs seem interesting. I was thinking of maybe getting one of those, but I'm not
Wait,
sure
what the
yet.
fuck? She runs off, like not that far, just like a few steps, almost like with like a little skip on her step to a showcase. Are you following?
Yeah.
You go over there. She picks up this. What the? She looks at it and it says canary. Wait, fuck. Is it
It's-
canary clusters?
Canary
canary
creams.
creams. Canary creams. So there's 7 sickles. Oh my gosh! This says it turns you into a bird.
And like an actual bird, like with feathers and heartbeats, like real bird.
You want to find out?
Totally. Let's do it.
I'll pay for it after. She says, and she starts ripping it open immediately. And she's going to take one and then take another one at the same time.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Oh. You eat it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you bite down on it, and it almost like dissolves on your tongue. There's like this bubbling sensation at the very, very top. And you can feel yourself suddenly change. And you suddenly, poof, are a large canary. And when I say a large canary, I mean Calum-sized canary. And Rin is a Rin-sized canary. Ah! She gives like a little kind of like squawk-like screech at you. And you can see her flap her little wings and go running around the store.
I'm gonna try to fly. Just keep jumping in one spot, trying to fly up.
You are flightless.
Damn.
Unfortunately, your overall weight is too much for your wings, but you guys cause a little mayhem rushing around the store for a while as birds. That'll last for a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Penelope, what are you doing?
She would probably move on from the joke objects to the candies at this point.
There are not really many candies here. The candies that you would want to find are either on the the train or at what is it fucking called? There's one in Diagon Alley. Sugar Plum Sweet Shop.
It's very tempting. I'm going to ask Nolan. Hey, Nolan.
Yeah. What's up, Penelope?
Is this place fun for you, or would you want to go somewhere else?
He He seems to be having just a fine time. He's got a big like smile on his face, and he like turns toward you. I'm having a great time, he says, and you can see he's got a mustache on.
She will laugh hysterically.
You know what?
And
It's
she's
more than just mustache. He's this is a disguise mask. So you remember like those like glasses with the big nose and the mustache and like the big yeah. He wears one of those and then it becomes real. He can take it off, but like it looks like a real nose on. But he's got a big bulbous nose on.
Do you know what you look like right now?
I have a general idea. He'll
That
take
is
off the
so
glasses.
funny.
Here, he's gonna turn over.
Uh-oh. Okay. And she takes them and puts them on.
And the moment you put them on, yeah, you've got big bushy eyebrows, a big mustache, a big bulbous nose, and glasses.
She's gonna grab one of his hands and like puts it on her like gigantic eyebrow so he can like feel.
It's like I could mow them like a lawn.
Now it's going to be funny because it's going to be the only image that you have in your head of me when I take these off. And that's what I'm going to look like to you forever.
What? This isn't what you look like, he says a little cheekily.
I mean, it didn't change too much.
He'll laugh at that. Is there anything you wish to purchase? If you actually... you know what? Nolan's going to buy you a mystery box because he'll get one too. I saw they had mystery boxes. Do you want to try them out?
Absolutely.
I would like you to roll me 1d49. So you're gonna use Avray for this. So it's gonna be !R space 1d49, like that.
2.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping it's just a list of items and not like, oh, if you roll low, you totally get something that sucks.
I think you'll actually like this one, even though it's worth way less than what he paid for it. And he got a 12. He got an electric shock snake.
Ooh, that's tactile.
Let me double check. Oh, hell yeah, it is. Crowd pleasing concoctions. I'm trying to figure out exactly what it is. It was a glove that was bewitched, so when the wearer touches a person, it sends an electric shock to them.
Please tell me he's gonna wear that and when he like shakes people's hands.
It's a glove. Yeah, I jeez. Okay.
What does it do? And she's gonna reach out and touch it and go, oh, 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 oh.
A little bit of an electric shock there. Oh, hey, they actually have braille on the sides. That's
Hey,
nice,
your touch is electrifying.
He'll laugh at that. And you pull out of your box a small toy car, about this big, that is a nice baby blue, modeled after a Ford Angelina, which is the same car as in the second movie. And the moment you take it out of the box, it flies away. And will like fly through the air for a little bit. All around you.
You can't see it right now, but there's a flying car.
What's the car?
Are you... I don't know how to ask. Are your parents wizards? I guess they are, huh?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Are your parents not wizards?
No.
Oh, your mama born.
Is that a bad thing?
No. Some people might say so I guess I'll warn you. But no, it's just, different upbringing, I guess. So, what's a car? He still doesn't know.
Okay, so it's really cool. You know carriages, yeah?
Sure.
But instead of you needing horses or anything like that, they just use like technology and you can drive them yourself.
You can drive a carriage. You know what? It's not important, he says. And you're able to reach up and like catch that little car out of the air. It is important to state that Weasley Wizard products are banned on Hogwarts grounds.
No one
But,
needs to know.
Yep, no one needs to know. Rowan, cutting over to you. You get up to like the third floor where you last saw Wilfred. You look around for a while until you're able to see him walking over toward checkout. But he's still like perusing right now. He's just over near the checkout area, and you got a what, like a 17 on your stealth or something like
17 on the stealth, yeah.
that. Yeah. Which it definitely beats his passive perception. So, yeah, you can see this boy who's just shopping around, and he's got a large assortment of items.
Okay. So Rowan, I mean, kind of maneuvers close enough, and then he's going to do the best version he could possibly do of what that woman's voice that shrieked at him before. Wilfred!
It's actually a man. It was actually
Oh,
a
was
man.
it a man? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was a man who walked
Yeah.
past.
And just do like the best version of that voice that he can, just to
Okay.
scare the crap out of him.
Wilfred! And I would like you, please, to make me a performance check.
Okay. All right, there you go. Let's see. Pretty lousy. 5.
A 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you like yell his name, and he like kind of straightens his back. He turns around. He's looking over the shop front, like a little worried. Like, is he here? But he doesn't see anything.
Okay.
Millie comes over to your side about this time. You can see she walks past you, giving you a little eye. She can see him as well. Okay. So Millie, you're doing something, right?
Yep,
I want you to make a sleight of hand check.
you got it.
And Rowan may make a perception check to see if you can see what she's doing.
Okay. Okay, perception 24.
Nice.
Millie,
No!
what'd you get for your-
No.
I got a 9. Hey, but he is being distracted. He is being distracted.
True. Go ahead and roll an advantage.
Yes, thank you. There we go. 19.
So, Rowan, you can see this. He kind of like almost hides a little bit. He doesn't see anybody and he starts to calm down. Millie looks at you, looks at him, goes past you, just like grabs something innocuous off of the side of the area, which is it is a Peruvian instant darkness powder, little rock. She'll pick up one of those and kind of make a wide berth around where Wilfred is, and she is going to slip one of those into his pocket and continue around until she's back with you.
Okay.
So actually, like, she'll slip it in his pocket, make eye contact with Rowan, and like wink at him, and then walk away.
Nice. Okay. And Rowan just he looks on. There's this barest twitch of amusement on his face. And so he knows what she put in his pocket, right?
She made
Yeah,
it
yeah.
pretty obvious to
Okay.
you.
What does it do? I mean,
Well, it's not right now. It's just in his pocket.
okay,
There might be an effect later that's going to
momentarily.
take place.
Okay.
But as it is
Okay.
right now,
Momentarily.
nothing is happening. You might not entirely understand Millie's plan yet, but she has placed something in his pocket
Okay.
and has returned to you.
Okay. Rowan is just going to watch and see what happens with this kid. Standing next to Millie.
Millie and you are just kind of sitting back,
Mhm.
watching him, right?
Watching.
All right.
Hold on,
So-
he did the wait. Rowan did that voice, right?
Yes.
Not very
Were
well,
you-
but
was-
yeah.
Hold on, was like, hold on, I'm trying to get my words. Was he like standing like by Wilfred so like Wilfred saw him do it, or were you doing it like in the corner or something?
It was supposed to be just kind of behind him to scare the crap out of me. I don't think Wilfred would have seen him.
Mm-hmm. Wilfred thought he was like hearing something because he
Mhm.
didn't get a very good performance check.
Like,
Yeah, I did.
kind of go closer to like the door of the establishment,
Mhm.
and she'll like say to Rowan, "Do you think you could try that voice again? Maybe it will scare him."
And Rowan nods, and he shifts area just a little bit so to be out of sight, maybe a little closer. That he does it again.
Make a performance check.
Okay,
You got this. Come on.
I hope so. Let's see. All right, let's see.
14 is not
Hey,
bad.
14.
That's way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wilfred, get back here! You kind of
Yeah.
get out, and Wilfred's holding his big thing. He's like moving toward Chekhov. He like looks over the banister, gets down. He's gonna go over sneaking. He just plops his like big pile of items over here, and is like looking around places. He's gonna look around, realize he has to get the fuck out of here, and he is going to make his way down the steps as quickly as he can, trying to evade his father from seeing him. And he reaches the very front door and like tries to slip out, and right at that moment, you can see red runes move up the side of the doorway, burning brightly, and then the wood of the door lashes out toward him like these tendrils of wood and grab him.
And Rowan's looking over the banister at this, and just sort of nods this kind of quirky smile.
Far
And he
down
looks over
below,
at
you
Mill.
can
And,
see the workers coming over and like talking to him, and they wave
right.
their wands, releasing the enchantment. He's like, "Oh, he's arguing with them, unsure about what's going on, and they seem to be like flicking their fingers at him.
Does Caleb know that he just got caught for stealing? Would he know that?
Oh, totally, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Caleb would have been
Pretty
in this
obvious.
process putting like a mystery box into his robe, and as he sees this, he's like putting it back on the shelf.
Yes. I'll like look over at. 1 second, honey. I'll like look over at Rowan. You're very welcome.
that was good. Thanks.
You know,
Clever.
anytime that someone bothers you, just let me know.
She'll like smile at you.
And he nods and he says, "Same."
Perfect.
Okay,
So
then
if it
Rowan
causes
will
any
start
more
kind of.
trouble in here, he's gonna be banned from Weasley Wizard Weasels.
Oh no! Poor Wilfred.
Get it, Wilfred.
I must have just forgotten it. Yeah. All right.
Didn't realize.
So I think that's probably good for Weasley Wizard Wheezes. So if anyone
yeah.
wishes to purchase anything, you guys definitely can. There's a large list of items that you can purchase from here. I would recommend just going to the wiki and looking at Weasley Wizard Wheezes. They have a whole inventory in there. Or you guys can get a mystery box for a galleon, but I know probably only a few of you might even have a galleon. Is there anything anyone wishes to purchase?
Nope. I only came in here for fuckery, so.
Yeah. I think Rowan was really just initially wanting just to show Penelope the fun place. So Penelope and Nolan. So yeah.
So all of you guys are able to, once the line has definitely gone down, to go and get your robes, and you meet back up with you meet back up. No, you meet back up with Professor Milne, who is going to lead you further down the way. You pass the junk store. If people want to go in the junk store, I will allow it. It's Have you guys ever been to like an antique store?
Oh yeah.
Just
I
filled to
definitely
the
would not
brim
go
with
in there.
items, like just dusty and like weird furniture and weird like signs and little things. That's the junk store. But if we're continuing down, we'll move over here.
I think Rowan
Anybody
pops
going
his
in
head
there?
in briefly to kind of go, okay, looks like, kind of reminds him of some of the things that the archives that his aunts work in.
And you reach an intersection here. Dad, are we doing it now? Yeah, Sadie, we'll be going down to Ollivanders next, getting everyone their wands. Milne says. Oh, I already have a wand. No one says to Penelope.
Oh, well, I don't have one yet.
You don't?
No.
This is mine, he says, and he shows his stave. He actually has a staff that he's been using as a
Oh.
walking cane. This is Nolan.
Pretty cool.
Are all ones that big?
Oh, no, this one was specially made. I heard it was actually their first stave that they had ever made. The new apprentice made it for me.
Oh, had it special made to help you with your condition?
Uh-huh. I mean, that made it a little bit easier when it came to the whole ceremony.
Makes sense.
I wonder how long it'll take you to find yours, he says to Penelope.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a pretty unique person, so I'm gonna have a pretty unique wand.
Here, why don't I catch back up with you guys? I'm gonna go to Sugar Plums. There's a large pink storefront right here that has multicolored, like candies all dancing inside the windows. Get something for our train ride.
Ooh, and she's gonna place like a few sickles in his hand and go, please get me something.
Sure. And he will go pick something out for you. Okay. And no one's going here. Everyone else. You guys would also pass one of the entrances to Nocturnally over here. You would see a little sign over here that says Zonko. No, not Zonko's. Gambling Japes Visiting Joke Shop, and it's closed in the middle of the day.
Are there traces of curses coming from
I
that
think
building?
Rowan kind of stops and kind of lingers and kind of points at Penelope. That's what it was, and then just kind of moves on.
She would like ooh and ah over it and just continue walking.
There will be more chances in the future. I believe it's episode 8 or 9. I think 8.
For the autumn?
Yeah, the Autumn Festival. Now, Professor Milne leads you guys all to an iconic black wooden storefront. Large circular showcase windows show wands sitting on top of velvet cushions covered in a thin layer of fine, not soot, like dust. And he opens up the door for everybody. You can hear like a ding, ding, ding. And he will gesture for everyone to come in. Yeah, we have an appointment to make. I think we're a little early.
Does one necessarily need a wand? Can't you just not have a wand?
To my knowledge, although I wouldn't exactly be the expert on the topic, Professor Milne says, I do believe you need a wand. It is on your supply list.
They just never agree with me.
You used a wand before.
Well, and he's gonna pull in his bag. When I lived in America, I was given a wand, and he pulls out like a wand that is snapped into like 4 different pieces, and it just
Oh dear, you broke it.
I don't know what it is about wands. They just never seem to agree with me very well. But
Interesting.
maybe this will be different. You never know.
And
I
Hopefully it
hear
will end in
Mr.
disaster.
Ollivander is one of the greatest wand makers ever to have lived. Or at least that's some of the marketing that they give out.
Roland sort of has sort of etherealed up behind Calum and sort of says, you can always get one and just not use it.
Ah, shit!
Sorry.
Have we met?
No.
Remember to
But
try
I'm
not to
Rowan.
swear in first year.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Nah, you've been a swear bucket this whole session. Don't even.
Have I? Have I been swearing?
Yeah, you had like Rin
but
swearing and
adults.
stuff.
I had an adult swearing.
Nah, you had
sure.
Rin swearing. I
Rin
caught
swear?
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
said
hear.
fuck, I think.
She said fuck
whoops.
and shit.
No, really?
Yeah.
I
You were like,
even-
oh
I didn't
shit.
even notice.
And then you were like, what the fuck?
My
Anyway,
bad. I'll try to be better.
Rowan shakes his head that they haven't met, but he extends his hand. I'm
Nice
Rowan.
to meet you. I'm Caleb. Nice to meet you.
Going on breaks soon.
I guess you're right. I can get a wand and just use it very unfrequently.
Rowan nods. Yeah.
Well, you guys are all pushed into the store, and at that point, that's where we are going to take our break. Hadley, do you want to say hi to people?
Hooray.
What? You missed me? Oh, okay. You missed me this morning. You can stay here.
Okay, I need.
This is Hadley, my little girl. All right, 10 minutes, and then we'll be back.
All right.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for that tabletop role player in your life? For that podcaster? For that little sister that keeps going on and on about shiny math rocks? Well, look no further. OBP Musical has you covered. Original theme music for your characters, worlds, podcasts, and more. Has your bard written lyrics about a party member's tragic demise? Let us compose to them. Or better yet, let us write those lyrics for you. But the goodness, no, greatness, doesn't stop there. How would you like a cast member of Les Miserables, Disney, or Come From Away to sing your pieces? Oh, you bet you would. Fully orchestrated cinematic pieces. Pieces like this.
Who'd rise to meet the call, who'd fiercely face the danger, be a hero to them all. For the hordes of people
We have 8 vocalists, 7 composers, 2 lyricists, and an admin team ready to take your request. For as low as $60, you can get your own musical theme. OBP Musical, making fantasy a reality.
All right, I'm going.
Hello.
I'll go bathroom first.
Hadley's gonna be hanging out with us today. Let's say hi, Hadley. Just say hi. Just say hi. Just say hi. No, stop being a butt. Say hi to stream like you normally do. Oh.
Okay, silly question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to get a photo on. I don't know how to change my photo on
You go to
In the
StreamYard.
settings.
in the bottom left, you should see your like picture, and there should be like little
Oh,
dots, and then you just hit
got it.
edit avatar or edit name, I think, or something like that.
Because I was like, I'm the only one that's left out here.
Yeah. 3
Say
dots,
hi.
edit audio avatar.
Say hi. Say hi. You guys don't know I have
Hi.
an entire like Hufflepuff themed office here.
That's the best.
Okay. Are you just gonna hang out here? You gonna lay with me? Is that what's gonna happen? Okay. There. Lower. There. Welcome back, everybody.
Yay!
So last we left off, we were walking into Ollivander's wand shop. You want to play with that?
Art.
Okay. Walking inside, you can see the iconic shop front, made with this dark black wood and little bits of history charred onto the sides. You can see 2 lanes past a tall wooden desk, like a countertop. On the countertop, there rests a jade lamp and a little like stand filled with. Oh, hey! Stop, please! Don't do that, Hadley. Filled with magazines of some kind. Back through the lanes, there are places where these kind of boxes have been pressed into the slots in the walls. Some of them stand half out or entirely empty. There are little piles of boxes that have yet to be put away. And as you guys all walk in and the little chiming of the door chimes, you can hear somebody come up a little bit closer. You see someone show up, someone that you did not originally expect. You see a woman, a young woman. She has platinum white blonde hair that's currently pulled back into a ponytail. She has on like suspenders, like jean suspenders, and painted
Overalls.
on top of them. Overalls, that's what I meant to say, not suspenders. Overalls. And hand painted on top of them are these little yellow, like flowers, like daisies. She says, "Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting all of you for another half an hour. Well, we thought that we'd arrive a little bit earlier, get started early. We don't have anyone here, so I don't think it's much of a problem. Hello, everyone. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Luna Lovegood. I'll be helping you out today, as well as Mr. Ollivander if I can get him off from his break." And sure enough, this is Luna Lovegood, who is currently the apprentice of Ollivander.
Hello, Miss Lovegood. It's lovely to meet you.
She takes one look at you, and you can see she has a smile, and it fades slightly. "I'll be right back." She's going to turn around and go to the back where you can see through the darkness. There's a man that is sitting in a tall armchair right by the light of a small lamp next to him. And he has these little spectacles that are sit at the very brim of his nose with bifocals as he is reading a small book. "Mr. Ollivander, your 4 o'clock is here."
What? Already?
"Indeed. They're just out in the lobby right now." One moment. Let me get up. And he tries getting up, and she goes down to help him up. Thank you very much, Luna. Where would I be without you? Oh, probably dead, she says. And he and her enter back into the front there. Welcome every year. It seems like they get younger, don't they? Yes. Good day, everyone. Good to see you. And he gives everyone a good once over. He looks toward Luna and says, 23s, maybe 32s. I was thinking the 16 and 9s, actually. Good call, good call. And they are going to go back into the storefront and start to go into the walls, picking out little boxes, going, no, not that one. This one's nice. And they're going to pull out a grand selection of wands, placing them down in by flicking out their wands, the boxes fly across the room and deposit themselves on tables that are on your left, right, and center. Having wands open with the boxes open up, go underneath of them all around you. They come with different kinds of designs and etchings and wood carvings and colors. When it's all said and done, Ollivander kind of takes the lead, stepping up to the very, very front. I always say the wand chooses the wizard. Today, you will be testing that out. In front of you are a grand selection of different kinds of wands. I want you to go forward to the one that speaks to you. It should call to you, either by its look or by its personality. Who's up first? Luna says. Don't be shy.
Ooh, me, please.
This is Penelope, Professor Moon says. Penelope. All right. Try over here, she says, gesturing to the side. On the side of the little wand area, you can see a few different wands. Un momento. Okay. You can see there's a there's a stark white wand with odd carved striations that move along it, creating this accentuating the wood grain itself. It has a kind of a darker brown pommel to it with this kind of rainbow stained handle at the very bottom. And then you can see another wand. You can see one that has it is made out of a darker polished sort of mahogany sort of looking wood. It has almost a red hue to it. It has been well lathed and is bulbous around the handle part, comes to kind of a rounded tip there. And you can see another that is this kind of dark green color, and it has two shafts that spiral around one another, coming all the way to a very, very fine point, and has metal rungs that are put along the bottom by the pommel and the mid by the handle. Which one do you go to first?
She, in true Penelope fashion, will close her eyes and just pick one.
Okay. Close your eyes, putting your hand over. Do you also have detecting traces?
I do.
Okay. I would like you to make an insight check.
Insight check.
I
22.
Damn.
Hadley, be a little quieter, please, okay?
Huh?
Yeah, can you be a little quieter? Please? Say yes.
No.
No.
Love you, little girl.
With a 22, you put your hand over each wand. You feel over the green one, and you can feel kind of this personality to it. It pulls away from you. You put your hand over the second one, the kind of like polished mahogany one. It looks you over. You can feel it like peering into you. And thinks for a moment before receding slightly, waiting for you perhaps to pick it up. And you can feel another one. You feel one that has a bright personality about it, a kind of breath within it as you come closer. It looks out at you and pays you only a little bit of mind. You grab that last one?
Yes.
Okay. Hadley, I told you to not do that. Don't press it in there. Okay. Play with it here, okay? Just play with it in your hands. You grab that last one, and the moment you grab it, you can feel a connection made. A sort of the magic lashing out at you, and your arm and it kind of intertwines with its magic, forming a sort of bond. You can feel a hum coming within it, and a happy acceptance had toward you. Oh, go ahead, give it a little flick or a swish, whatever you want.
She will go ahead and give it a little swish.
You give it a slight swish, and all of the magazines that were put on this like little stand on the front counter hop out of their container and begin to dance around around you in a circle. I guess she likes the quibblers. Oh, do you like quibblers? You can have one if you want, she says.
Oh, I mean, I'll take anything.
And she'll flick her wand away, and all of the other magazines will dance around, finishing and land themselves back into the container, except for one that drops out of the air, and you're able to catch it. And Ollivander comes down and he says, "May I, please?" putting his hand out toward your wand.
She feels a little bit possessive over it, so she's hesitant to give it away, and that shows with a slight shaking in her hand as she hands it back to him.
Give it right back, he says. I'll give it right back. He takes it. He gives it a sort of snip. And he gives it a slight tug on it, checks the length. Dragon heartstring. Very powerful core. Forms bonds strongly. Barely yielding, he says. Interesting. And let me quickly grab the stuff. Quick second. Okay. And he says, made of larch wood. I always say that instills a bit of courage, confidence in its user. He's going to place that wand back into your hands. Use it well. And then next person is ready. All right, who's up next? Luna asks the party.
Rowan gives Millie a little shoulder nudge from behind her.
What did you want to go first?
No, he's trying to push you up.
He's trying to push you.
I know that.
No.
I know that.
And he looks at her and
Okay.
goes. He looks at her and shakes his head slightly, and then looks at Ollivander and back at her, and then Ollivander.
I think he would like to go next.
Make a persuasion check really quick.
You got it.
Do measure like a ball, please? No, don't put it on your phone.
I got a 17.
No.
With a 17, Luna looks at you. Ooh, okay. She says, "Oh, we can do two at a time, really. Why don't you both come forward?"
I insist. I think he really wanted to go next.
Can I
And,
give Luna like a
Ollivander.
look? Can I give her like a nasty look?
Yeah, she'll give you just like this kind of flighty look at you. She rolled insight and rolled very highly. But Ollivander does not have the same sort of insight, and he was, surely, you should get your wand next, pointing out toward Rowan, and we'll kind of gesture for him to come forward.
And like
So
Millie's gonna give Mr. Ollivander like $1 million smile.
No.
Rowan just sort of sways forward, his hands clasped in front of him. Right. Let's do this.
Okay. Okay. You can see a few different wands here. You can see one that has a what looks to be like a lion that is etched on its pommel, and turns into this kind of lattice carving that comes along for a nicely textured handle, and then comes off on this curve for the shaft, more kind of earthy look to it. You can see another one that has a kind of hooked pommel where you're able to place a pinky or so. The hook immediately turns around. The handle has a kind of concave carving onto it, and it almost looks partially like bone. It comes all the way up, like starkly white, to a rounded tip at the very end, and there are these diagonal markings that move down it. So that's one, and then there's another one that you're able to see. It looks as though this has been taken almost right off of a tree and then kind of whittled down to shape. The wood itself has been yeah, I can roll it like a ball. The wood itself, it has been only like semi-polished, and it is carved with a odd design on the very side. It kind of has this flow to it that comes down to a kind of bulbous end. Which one would you like to touch first?
Okay. Rowan sort of unclasps his hands from in front of him and kind of puts his hands first over the really rough one and just sort of sees if he feels anything.
The really rough one. Which one is that?
Yeah, the one that looks kind of like almost like it's just barely been whittled.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he looks at that one.
Putting your hand over it, you can feel a strong presence. You can feel a deep protective aura that comes off of this wand. It's quite short, only about 9 inches long, and you can feel its power from within.
Okay, Rowan sort of he moves almost like he's thinking about it, then he kind of hesitates and his hand shakes slightly, and he moves over to the one that's pale bone like, and he sort of squints his eyes at it and thinks about it, kind of seeing what he can think there.
You can feel this sort of visceral nature of this wand, a kind of as if it almost has a scowl on its proverbial face. You can feel a sort of anger that comes along with this wand, and a propensity for violence.
And again, he thinks about picking up, and he moves towards the one with the lion, but he moves back to the one with the bone. That's almost bone-like, and he picks it up.
You can feel it in your hand. It feels sort of heavy, almost. Heavier than most wands would. This one is exceptionally long, probably coming up on around 13 inches or so.
And that's the bone one? The one that looks like bone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Would you, are you going to give it like a little flick or anything?
You'll give it a flick.
Okay. Give it a... You give one flick, and all of the books from not books, all of the boxes from inside the walls go wild. They start shooting out of the walls, smashing onto the sides of Ollivander and Luna. And Ollivander quickly tries pulling out his wand. Oh dear! Don't worry, I have it. She's going to whisk her wand again, and all of the boxes stop in air and then begin to drift back into their places. Oh dear, that's the fourth time this week. Why do they constantly do that? And you can see Luna comes over. If I will, she's going to take the wand from you.
And Rowan lets her. So
I don't think it's quite a good match. Try one of the other ones. I'm sure we'll find something.
he moves back to the first
Where you
wand.
starting? Putting it on your phone?
Yeah, I'm putting it on my phone. If you want to squish it onto my phone, you can. Okay, honey?
Okay.
He moves back to the
that-
first one and go ahead and picks that one up.
I'm gonna make the tape.
When you said the first one, is that the lion one or the other?
The one at the very end. It was the not the lion one, the other one.
Okay. You pick that one up. It's light. It's quite short, only about 9 inches long. And it looks like it was just taken off a tree and immediately went. It looks it has very nice curves to it though. It's been well sanded down to size. How do you move it?
I squished it on my hand.
Rowan he lifts it and sort of does a zigzag,
That's it.
almost like making a Z in the air.
You give it a little zigzag, and the moment you do, you can see something appear. A blue ethereal barrier shows up right in front of you. And you can see it like split off and turn into two, and then a third, and splits off of that, becoming these kinds of little shields that surround you for a moment. And then they softly fade. Wonderful! That truly is multi-potato. You can hear Ollivander kind of softly say to Luna, "I think that one likes you."
And Rowan looks at Luna and nods his head. What is it?
Here, let me check. She's going to quickly take it. And she says, "Well, it's a bit short. Shorter than most of them that we have. We must have had this one for a long time." "Indeed we have. Probably 200-300 years by now." And she takes it again. "Dragon heartstring. So you know it's always going to be loyal to you. Although it is a bit stiff. Perhaps something to get over. It's probably going to like doing what it likes to do. And it's made of holly. A friend of mine had a holly wand once. They're attracted to kind people."
Rowan nods and all right, that works. Thanks.
You can take yours.
Uh-huh.
And now for you. Luna says, looking at it.
Rowan walks by Millie and gently sort of shoves her forward.
She'll like smirk at him
Thank
and then walk
you.
forward.
Sure, I can
What
take
are
a
you
turn.
doing?
Walking up. In front of you, you can see a few different wands. You see one that is of stark pink. It has like a little ribbon tied to the very, very top. It has a kind of rounded handle at the very bottom and comes to a fine point. You can see another one that is this this like dark kind of purplish wood, kind of a purple heart wood, and the wand itself has a metal rung in the very center and a dark black jet stone that is pressed within it. It's a handsome done wand, but very simple. Straight shaft, straight handle with a slight texture onto it. And then you can see a third, that is very, very thin, almost like a conductor's stick. It has, although it looks almost like it was purposefully grown or grown incredibly straight. It comes to a slightly rounded point, and over by the pommel, you can see the wood comes outward and kind of latches around the bottom of a small amethyst stone.
Millie will like not even really look at any of the wands, not really caring what they look like, and she will just take the first one, starting from the left and working her way right.
Honey, where's the... Oh, it's in your hand.
Alright.
Okay, so you're just starting from first, going to last? Is that what it is?
Yep, that's what she's doing.
Okay.
She doesn't really.
So first
Care
you
much.
grab the pink wand, you hold it in your hand. I mean, it's comfortable. It's pretty pretty too. How do you move it?
She will actually like, before she moves it around, she will look at
You please roll
Luna.
like a ball.
and she will say, "Did you make this one?"
No, I've only just started making ones. Oh, hello, Nolan. Hi, Miss Lovegood. I'm just watching today. Oh, of course. I made Nolan's wand, actually. And I've only made a few, but it takes a few years for them to be properly sorted.
There's my ball.
And she will, Millie will like give her wand a flick towards Luna.
Oh my god.
Okay, you give a wand flick towards her, flicking out at her, and at that exact moment, the spell rebounds. You can hear a large cacophonous. Hadley, stop. A large cacophonous sound, a heavy scream. Like just screams. Are you okay? A large, heavy scream, like the scream of a woman, comes out the tip of your wand, and
Nice.
everybody is holding onto their ears, trying not to get deafened by it. And like it continues the whole way. You're kind of shocked there in a second, and Ollivander will flick his wand out toward you, and the wand is immediately disarmed from you. Flicks out, and you can catch it out of the air. Still not yet, I guess, for you. He's gonna go put it away.
It was awful. Does it always happen?
Only when it's unsuited to its user.
That one must be defective. I'll take the next one.
Okay. The next wand. You're able to.
It was like the dark one.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead and give it. Oh, how do you move it?
I'm gonna like hold my arm out like as far from my body as I possibly can, and like just
Like a
barely give it a little like
ball.
shake.
Okay, you like a little shake. And as you do that, all of the loose items that are in this store all start shaking too, and the large jade lamp on the front area shakes so much that it falls off the desk and shatters onto the floor. You can hear the chandelier above you, all the crystals that are hitting onto each other, making these little tinkling sounds, and you can hear the moving of the windows on the far side moving so much that one of them cracks.
I'm gonna like immediately put the wand back into it on its box, like, ugh, I don't want to touch this thing. And I'm gonna look over at like I'm gonna look over at Mr. Ollivander and like look down at the last one and then back up at him and say, "Do I really have to?"
It is part of the process. Trust the process.
They roll like a ball.
Okay, wish me luck. I'll take it and wave it.
Okay, you give it. You kind of like hold it away. Give it a wave. And the moment you do, wind whisks up around you, kind of violently, flicking your hair out like beautifully on your left and right, and you can see a bit of like sparkles fall from all around.
I do
suppose
like
that one
sparkles.
likes you. This is the thin one with the amethyst handle.
All right.
Let's see here.
Oh,
Well. I wasn't sure if that one would be sorted today, but I suppose I found its user.
Seems nice, actually.
And I think she will just not say what the wand is. You can have it. They should all be paid for, Professor Millen says. Good job, Millie, Nolan says.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I guess I got lucky.
And lastly, what about you? Are you going to come up?
Caleb has been purposely like standing as far away as possible. I already have a wand, and he's gonna hold up his like broken wand. See, it works great, and he's gonna start flicking it, and it's just gonna where it's already broken just flies off somewhere.
If it's completely broken, it doesn't fucking work at all.
Yeah, he just
There's
yeah,
no
I know.
magic that comes out of that
He's
thing.
like flinging it, and it just like the rest of it just snaps in half and goes flying somewhere. I mean, I had a wand. Fine. Okay, here we go.
In front of you, you can see a simple kind of curved wand with a curved handle. It is at the handle like this darker red color and comes off to a very wide shaft. On the side, it is carved with the looks of like running deer and vines up the sides. I don't know if I have wand art for you.
I don't have any wand art. I don't mind it just being
Okay.
like a simple wand.
Well, why don't you go ahead and describe your wand for me for the second one?
Sure. So it would be like it's just like a bendy piece. It's just a stick essentially. Like it is nicely made, but it's it's
I can find you art. I can find
yeah.
you art.
You can make whatever you want. It's not the prettiest
stick.
thing. Yeah, it's a stick. It's
Just a
essentially a
stick.
stick. A
Bet.
really poorly carved stick.
Got it.
And you can see a third one that seems to be literally just like ripped off of a tree. It has old gnarled knots on either side and is very, very short.
Okay, well, and and then just trace my hand above all the wands.
The first one seems you have detecting traces?
Yeah.
Okay. The first one seems like hesitant as you come forward, almost like it's pulling away from you, like scared. And the second one, putting your hand over top of it, there is like a kind of a welcoming to somebody coming near it. The third one at the very end looks at you, and you can feel like a sort of scoff. It definitely does not accept you as its owner.
Okay, let's try the second one.
Okay. You hold on to it, and you can feel a deep warmth within the expanse of the wand. There's a purity here. There is a interest in a drive to do good. How do you move your wand?
So a little nervous. I'm gonna try to channel my magic and give it a flick, but it would definitely be like out of just a little bit more panic. Previous wand experiences would be a little harder than you probably should.
Did you just cast a spell, Hadley?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Abracadabra.
Abracadee?
No. See.
Abracadee. Okay. She's like moving around my wand. Okay, you grab onto that one, you give it like a slight flick, and you can see the window from earlier that cracked comes back together, and the jade jade lamp that's on the floor lifts up with all of its many like little broken parts, goes back onto the countertop, and forms itself back together.
Well, that was less violent reaction than my previous ones, so that's nice.
We normally look for stability in a proper wand, Ollivander says, and she says, that one's made out of apple. Apple wands are always very kind. People often enjoy the users of apple wands. It's very squishy, and a good length too. The interior, if I remember correctly, is unicorn
love it.
hair.
Okay,
Wait.
well,
I was looking for one that just looked like a
But it does
wacky looking
look
stick.
that works.
If anyone wants to post pictures of their wands, you can do so in character art.
I am going to.
I do want to make a note that mine is technically upside down when I post it. The handle is actually the like wooden part.
Yes.
It's supposed to look like a painter's
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
My bad.
I wasn't gonna oh, that's pretty.
Oh, thank you.
That is nice. That's a nice one.
Stick.
I hate polka dots. I like polka dots.
You did make polka dots. Good job. Oh, how are we doing on food, Jordan? We ordered food. Is it incoming?
No? Okay.
Jordan?
Oh, to your phone.
Okay, Hadley, I think it's now time for you to go back to the living room, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I hope you enjoyed spending a little bit of time with me. I love you. Okay.
I like your wand.
Bye.
I see the paintbrush now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it now too.
I thought that was the
Definitely,
pommel
yeah.
at first.
Yeah, that's
me
why I
too.
was like, it's fucking upside down. I should have posted it the other way.
Cool. We got everyone's wands. All right. So we're going to kind of cut away from that and instead come upon the next day itself. I'm going to send new music as well to listen to. Sent it in music channel, so you guys should be able to grab it. After yesterday, moving around, grabbing as many things as you can, and Nolan having come in, grabbed a few things for you the next day. Nolan Penelope said that he'd be meeting you probably on the train. He was going to try to get a seat early because his dad said that they were often taken. And passing through the hidden platform, the hidden entryway onto platform 9 3/4, you can feel this like kind of cold wash come over you. And you look out onto the train platform. King's Cross Station is alive with wizard activity. There are so many people here right now, and many of the first years are gathering up near the front of the train. You can see steam as the train engine is just starting to kind of get ready, and it is rolling down the length of the walk. You can see people with their large trolleys. You have your own, and parents who are like giving little kisses to their children, whisking them away, and the crimson red train engine that embossed on its outside with golden lettering. It says the Hogwarts Express. Immediately, you can hear a hooting sound. Hoot hoot. Departing, 5 minutes! 5 minutes departing! You can hear one of the train conductors yell out to everybody else, and people start to kind of jolt up into fury. A lot of people are starting to get onto the train. You're able to give little hugs to your mother and father, hugs, kisses, whatever you might have, or just a little wave depending on your relationship. And the first train car is where you'll be heading. You wheel your trolley down there, unload some of the stuff that is then loaded into the back of the train by workers, and take your carry-on luggage that has a few odds and ends things to have during, and load up into the thin corridors of a train. I don't know if you guys have ever been on a passenger train, but the hallways are one-butt hallways. On your right, you can see all the other people who are trying to get in right now, and there is like a long line of people, just like as if you're going onto like a plane ride, and people are loading in. You're kind of standing there waiting for people to go past. You go past a few different compartments here, and you can see one compartment that Rowan has that boy from earlier, Wilfred. He is sitting in a compartment next to that red-haired girl from your group from earlier, Juniper, and Caleb and Millie. You can see in that very same compartment there are two people that you guys know. One is Drusilla, who you met at the Cauldron place earlier. She'll see you and like give you a little smile, kind of acknowledging you, and starkly contrasted with her is Rin, who waves violently at Callum, her canary cream friend. Now this compartment is full, but they're just waving at you as you're passing in the hallway. Callum, do you wave back?
Yes, I would. Hey.
And the next compartment, continuing down, is filled with a bunch of people who you wouldn't know at all, except for one of them. There was a boy in your group, blonde-haired, kind-faced. His name is Levi, or that's what Professor Milne called him, and he's currently sitting trying to make conversation with some of these other people, a few other girls and another boy. There's another compartment nearby that has two girls who look very, very similar to one another. One has short hair, one has long hair, and they have a little bit different colored eyes, but the facial structure is starkly the same. You think maybe twins. In actuality, they're actually triplets, but there's a third. And then there is, from your group, you were able to notice two other people. Darcy, that white-haired girl from your group, and Macy, the kind of heavier-set girl with pink pigtails. Not pink pigtails, blonde pigtails. Why did I say pink? And they're all full. Continuing down the way, anybody in here you notice? Sadie is in a compartment with a bunch of strangers as well. She'll give you guys like a slight wave passing. And at the very end, Penelope, you come upon a compartment that is empty, except for one certain boy who you've been hanging out with for the past little bit, Nolan. You can see him just putting his stuff in the overhead compartment.
She is going to go up to him and give him a big hug from like the side and probably spook the fuck out of him.
Penelope?
Yes, hey!
Oh, jeez. You can't scare me like that, man.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just so excited to see you.
I'm excited to see you too. As you can see, I reserved us a seat.
Awesome.
I got the food.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was Popeyes.
Sure is.
Oh, damn, that sounds really good.
Yeah. I always worried that like my pop is gonna like fizz over or something.
Ooh, you just called it pop.
Canadians
I do that
call it
too.
pop.
Oh no.
See, I grew up
What are we
calling
doing?
it. Oh, we're talking about
Soda.
Canadians
pop.
call it pop.
Pop.
We're talking about pop?
Yeah, I know
Okay.
you like to remind me all the time. I know.
What?
My girlfriend's American, so she always corrects me when I say it.
But what do you say?
I say pop.
Oh, so yeah, I mean, where I'm from, we call
She's
it
like,
pop.
it's
So-
soda.
That's so like American centered
Pop
to be
doesn't
like,
make
oh,
sense. How does it not make sense?
it pops.
Hey, pops! Hey, come on!
So
Thank
where
you.
I grew up, we called it Coke, regardless of the kind it was. But when I moved up here, everybody calls it Pop, and so I say Pop now. It's Pop.
No,
would you like pop?
it's Coke. If it's
It's
Dr.
Coke.
Pepper, it's Coke.
Yeah,
I agree.
exactly,
It's
exactly.
If
Well, I
it's
mean,
Sprite,
it's
it's
a Coke
Coke.
product. That
Yeah.
makes
How does
sense.
that
But
make
it's a
any
Coke
sense?
product. It kind of makes sense. It's a Coke product.
Oh,
No,
Well,
it's
I guess.
you can ask for a Fanta and it'll still be Coke.
Yes, it does
that
not.
makes
it-
that
regard-
makes
it-
no sense.
yeah. If it is
makes
bubbly,
zero
it is a
sense.
Coke.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
It's a very,
What
it's a
kind
very
of-
southern
Okay,
thing.
well then, what
Southwest
kind of
southern.
Coke do you want? Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Well,
no, they ask you what kind of Coke do you want, and you go, I want Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, and it's exactly like
Wow.
you just said. It's like,
the
oh, what
fuck?
kind of Coke do you want? You say, oh, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, exactly.
what if it's
I
Coke?
hate
You're like,
that
what kind
so
of Coke do
much.
you want? Coke.
Coke.
Coke. You say
Yeah.
Coke.
Yeah, but
I've
no,
never heard of that until right now.
no, ma'am.
Really?
No, it's a southern
never heard of
thing.
that.
No, ma'am.
It's very
No,
southern,
ma'am.
yeah. Because I mean that's where Coke came from. So
No, ma'am.
yeah.
Coming in from
Weird.
behind right now is Millie. You can see a compartment with a few empty spaces, Millie.
The food. Hold on. I'm stuffing my face. I'm hungry. I will just like open the compartment door, walk in, and sit down without saying anything. Like I'm not gonna ask if I can come in. I'm just gonna like go in and sit.
Yeah. So from behind you, Millie just pops right in, puts her stuff in the overhead compartment, and begins to sit down.
Have we actually introduced ourselves to each other yet?
You and me? I don't think so. I think we
No.
have like existed around each other but haven't said anything.
And she will look at the fellow blonde. She's blonde. Millie's blonde, right?
There's a lot of blondes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She will look at the fellow blonde, and Nolan is too, right? right
Yeah.
now, it's just a full compartment full of
We got a lot of
blondes.
blondes.
It's a car full of recessive genes.
Clearly.
And she's gonna go, I'm so excited. There's another girl here. Hi, I'm Penelope.
Oh, you're the one with the really pretty dress, right? From the other day.
Oh yeah, I love unicorns. I heard they
Really?
actually exist.
Do they really?
I don't know. I've never seen one, but
I haven't
I
either.
sure do love them.
I assure you, they do exist. Yep. Nolan says. They're really fast.
By the way, I'm blaming Alex for what's coming in about an hour to my house. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yes.
I love Popeyes so much, dude. Oh my gosh.
Freaking addictive.
So good. Anyway,
Caleb, you're walking in about now, hearing them talking about unicorns.
What are we talking about? What about unicorns?
They apparently exist.
Oh yeah, some wands are made with unicorn hair, I think, or horn.
No way. I got a dragon one though. I wish I got a unicorn.
Pretty sure mine has unicorn hair in it.
You want to
Oh.
swap?
Sure.
Oh God, please try, please try, please try.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's that one? Let's see what happens.
We're gonna swap wands, and I'm gonna flick his.
I have to check your wand stats
feel
exactly. So yeah. So there's oh no, I'm looking at Matilda's. Penelope wand stats. Okay. Uh-huh. And I think I was looking at uh-huh. And then
oh my gosh.
Caleb.
Might just be okay with her, I think.
I have to just check what the oh, actually your wand would okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you guys quickly swap wands. And Penelope, you give it a flick. Penelope, that was a question.
Oh, yes, I do. Sorry. I
Okay.
thought you were about to describe what happens.
The moment you do that, all of like anything you're wearing, because you're not necessarily wearing your robes right now. Anything you're wearing changes color to like any like little accents and stuff change to be turquoise.
Oh, like my eye color.
Maybe it does
And-
match your eyes.
Caleb,
Yeah.
you're flicking your wand.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And the moment you do that, there's a quick crack, and the window blows out. Whoa! And you can hear,
Whoa!
"Hey! Hey, you kids! No magic on the train!" You can hear like a worker on the platform yelling up to you guys.
I think we
You
can
want to try
switch
mine?
back.
Yeah. Here you go.
You want to
He'll
try
repair
mine?
the window.
Clutch my wand.
I don't know if we should switch wands, guys. That seems like a little much.
You seem to work for you.
Yeah, but I don't want to explode anything.
Sounds like it would be awfully entertaining.
My last
Okay.
wand exploded.
Hand it over.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get
Oh
give
no.
Penelope my wand.
Your wand, Millie?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Dude!
yeah,
No!
yeah.
No.
It's
Okay.
gonna kill me, isn't it?
Maybe.
How do you move it? What do you do?
She would probably give like a quick boop.
You go, boop, and the moment you do, you see Penelope hit the floor.
Uh-oh.
There's a little red flash, and Penelope hits the floor. The wand hit, like clatters on the ground and rolls back to Millie. And Penelope is going to be unconscious for the next 10 minutes.
Got it.
Oh my god. I would like pick up my wand. I'd like look over at Kayla and be like, should we move to a different compartment?
Okay.
Really agreed.
Please don't. Let's enjoy some treats and stuff. We haven't even left the fucking train station. So you guys are about to leave, I'll say.
Yeah.
And Rowan
please.
shows up about right now.
I'm like getting ready to gather my stuff to like take to a different one.
You can see Millie and Caleb like about to leave, like no one's like, what just happened? And Rowan, you can see Penelope laying on the floor.
Rowan
just
looks
spread
at both
eagle.
of them as. Yeah, Rowan looks at both of them. You didn't kill it, did you?
I actually don't really know, so we were gonna go to a different compartment so we didn't get it blamed on ourselves. You can't tell
If she's
anyone.
not.
She has a pulse. No one says.
Oh, thank goodness.
No one says she has a
I was
pulse.
worried about that.
I think she just got stupefied. Weirdly.
So you might know how to fix it.
You have a really powerful
Um,
wand.
So Rowan stoops over and just sort of picks Millie up and sort of handles her into a seat. So she's sitting up and looks,
So she looks
At
like
least-
she's sleeping.
yeah. So
No
she
one
looks
will
like
help
she's asleep. So and he sits next to her just to sort of prop her up.
Oh
So,
my
and
gosh.
while he's doing this, he pulls out his transfiguration book and he opens it awkwardly, trying to like. He was obviously like reading it because there's a bookmark in place.
Oh my gosh, I cannot.
Jordan,
Yeah.
do you have Nolan's wand stats? Could you throw those to me?
Like his base one says?
Well, no. I mean, like what his wand's made out of.
Yeah, I can send that to you. Hold on.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you put a regular core, but it wouldn't make sense for him to have a regular core because you would need a much longer core.
It's a very
probably
long
have something
unicorn
different.
mane hair or something.
Mm-hmm. You'd have like foop or tail feather or something like that. I don't fucking know.
This is so funny.
Way too funny.
Poor Penelope will do anything anyone tells her.
Clearly.
Dear.
Oh no.
I love pushover characters. I made one for one of Jordan's games named Rupert Locke, and he's like the biggest pushover in the face of the world.
I thought you were about to say Lockhart, and I was like, Fitz?
No. Just Locke. I kind
There you
of
go.
I kind
I
of
sent
believe
it.
that like he's like related to the Lockharts. There was like a join name. Oh, that makes way more sense. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nolan says, I don't know what would happen if someone tried my wand. It's
I try
not
it?
made with the usual core. After noticing that, I think maybe not.
She will like give him like a look, sit back in her chair, cross one leg over the other, and cross her arms, and like, fine, be like that.
And around this time, you can hear the whistle of the train, and you can hear that chug 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 as the train starts to take off from the station. Many first years start like rushing out toward the windows in the hallway, like yelling out, like waving at their parents, and their parents are waving at them. You can see people like starting to run down the side. Penelope's parents are there, like, where is she?
Oh no!
Actually, I don't quite remember Penelope's parents' story, so I don't know. Maybe would they be there, Penelope?
Yeah, they probably would be. They're very,
okay.
very nice,
That's
generic
too
people.
funny.
And Rowan sets eyes
Yeah.
on the two people who brought him, or all three people. They're in kind of in the shadows. They're under the underhang, and
match
just
Rowan's
seem to
vibe.
be
To a T.
Yeah.
I love that, like, Rowan and clearly his family are giving vampire vibes.
yeah, kind of.
Like,
Yeah,
the
everybody snap your
umbrella-
fingers. Yeah.
Yep.
Does anybody have any garlic?
I need to test
Rowan,
something.
Rowan
would you
looks at her,
like
I
some
hate garlic.
Garlic?
That's so funny.
Ew. His
Do
nose
you want
Just
some
wrinkles.
happens to
sunlight?
hate garlic.
His nose wrinkles.
How do you not
Marjorie.
like garlic?
It tastes burnt.
No, that wasn't actually brought up in character.
No,
no.
it was not, but
Now, Penelope, you start to wake. Your head is just spinning. Terrible headache.
I feel like I'm gonna.
Sort of.
I feel like I'm gonna.
oh my!
Out the window! Out the window! Nolan yells.
Are you all right?
Right
I was
on your
absolutely
parents.
so worried as soon as you fell over. I have no idea what happened.
I don't like your wand.
Well, I'm
Rowan
sorry,
sort of
it's
mutters,
just a
"I don't
wand."
think her wand likes you either." So,
Well, at least Rowan got you propped up. I hope you're okay.
and Rowan sort of does that finger thing, follow my finger in front of her.
Oh, yeah.
It takes a couple of seconds, but she does.
Okay.
You
Just
do
slight
that,
bit of brain
and then
damage.
You look out the
gosh.
window,
I
Penelope. You can see you're already like exiting London.
Aw, wait. I didn't
Yeah,
say
I'm s-
bye.
I saw them running after you, but you were passed out.
That's even worse.
It's okay, Penelope. You can feel like Nolan's hand like on your back, like give you a slight little rub out of empathy.
Well, you see them on holidays, right?
Yeah, I guess, but that's so far away.
And I heard that you can also write to them whenever you want.
Oh
Um,
yeah. They you guys send letters, right?
That's
My
what I
mom
was
a
told.
mouse when I
Sort
came on the
of.
train today.
Owls.
My dad had to physically restrain her.
From getting on the train herself.
More so from stopping me from entering.
Didn't you? Don't you have a little brother? Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I have a little brother. His name's Zachary. He's probably gonna be coming in next year.
So it's kind of like letting the mama duck letting the baby duck out of the nest, huh?
Well, I'm sure that without me there, my brother's gonna get the worst of it.
Ooh, yikes!
My mom's nice. She's just a little overbearing sometimes.
I can't imagine what it's like to have a younger sibling.
Are you you're just you, or do you have older siblings?
All of my siblings are older, quite a bit actually.
So I guess you'll already be meeting up with them then, eh?
What?
Oh wait, no, you're the Muggleborn, right?
Yeah. None of my members of my family have any magic. I've actually never heard of it beyond it being just something of make believe.
I guess the statute of secrecy has been doing wonders then.
The statute of secrecy. What is that?
It's the whole reason why you don't know that magic exists until now. I think there used to be like some pretty bad wars that went down, and
Whoa!
Like witch hunts.
maybe
Am I going to be
It was even
hunted?
before that.
In America, we're hunted. We were hunted for a while.
That's
Muggles
awful.
Muggles don't like not having power like wizards do.
They also don't like anything different.
I don't know. My parents seem pretty excited about it.
I think
Yeah,
that's
mine
about
were
the same
too.
for wizards too, though.
And Rowan looks at Millie and says, "A person can be smart, but people are dumb and panicky."
That's good advice. That's really good advice.
People have a bad way of panicking and being angry and not understanding.
You can say that again. I'm sure you were probably shut in during the war too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard time for a lot of us. As we were
Yeah.
younger. Now we can actually go to Hogwarts, though. No more worries there.
Yeah.
No war.
Wonder if did they rebuild it?
I assume so, or else it's going to get real drafty in the winter.
What is this
Yeah.
war about?
Not that long ago, 4 or 5 years maybe. There was a man who came back from the dead.
He came back from the dead. That's something that you can just do
No,
with magic.
It's not terribly common.
it's and Rowan looks at Millie and like emphatically, he was bad. He was very bad.
That just makes me more curious. What did he do?
He hurt a lot of people. My dad kind of sat me down and talked to me about it. Now that it's over, it's better, but when I was little, it was really scary. Our family was okay. We're considered pure blood, so there wasn't a whole lot of, worries on that end, but we just kind of tried to keep to ourselves, keep out of it. But a lot of families, Muggleborns, Half-Bloods, they weren't treated very well, to say the least.
Half-blood?
There was
What's that?
somebody who's maybe one parent's can use magic, one can't, or maybe they can all use magic, but they have a lot of Muggleborns in their line. And Rowan looks at
okay.
Nolan. My family's pure blood too.
Pure blood, half blood, muggle-born. I think it's all just another layer of terms that, I don't think they really matter.
I think it's absolutely fascinating. I'll have to read up more about this later.
Can I insight Millie to see if do they know more than what they're letting on?
You can insight me. Go for it.
Just sitting here watching it. That's a 4. Nice.
Hard to tell.
Pretty colors.
Wow, Millie's eyes are purple.
Yeah.
Very like a
She's
cool
like-
violet.
Oh, her eyes are so pretty.
Something.
So
You
and
can honestly think whatever you want. I'll roll with it.
Rowan looks at Penelope and says, "It might not matter now, but it mattered before, and a lot of people died, and a lot of people got hurt because somebody thought they should control everything."
Well,
Control.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll have to look up this in the library. I heard that there was a really, really big one at Hogwarts.
Oh yeah. The ceiling's enchanted. It makes it look like they just go on forever.
You can find books
That
everywhere.
sounds wonderful, actually. That's
And
the
Rowan
most
leans in and
exciting
says,
thing I've
"And
heard.
there's a restricted section."
A restricted section?
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
what kind of secrets I could find in there.
Well, I mean, we're not allowed in there. It's mostly just
Why
for staff
not?
members and prefects.
Do they have horror books in there?
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure
I
it's
hope so
more
too.
so horrible books.
So you're telling me that the horror books are just mingled in with the rest of the fictions?
I don't think there's a whole lot of non-fiction books in the library.
I like horror. I'll go with you guys. We can go. We
I
can all go
love
together.
horror books.
You
I
guys
love
could get
horror, too.
expelled or suspended. And
Yeah.
even worse if you get hurt.
That's only,
Only if you get caught.
We just don't get caught, Nolan.
I didn't hear this.
Of course you didn't. What are we talking about? Oh, right. We were talking about Penelope's unicorns.
Yeah. She's been spaced out this entire time. So kind of feel like the after effects of the stupefy.
The stupefy, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
Rowan
like,
does the hand in front of the face, waving hello kind of thing when she spaces off.
Like, huh? What?
No one says,
Welcome.
if you like unicorns, my wand was made with unicorn horn.
That's so cool. Does it
Don't
mean you had to
Flick it,
kill a
but you
unicorn?
can hold it if you want.
That kind of seems bad for the unicorn, though.
Well,
know.
unicorns do just die sometimes, right? Perhaps they just took it off a dead one.
Maybe it's like what is that? The mooses, and they shake off their antlers. Maybe that's the same for unicorns.
Actually, when it comes to unicorns, often they're born with 2 horns. It's only until they reach, a few months old that the one of them gets pushed out. There are times though that you can find like unicorns with 2 horns, dual horns, or something like that.
A double corn, I guess.
Double corn, which is something I just made up. However, that is true for narwhals. Narwhals are actually born with 2 tusks, and then one falls out normally, but not always.
And narwhals, it's a special tooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also so
Narwhal,
cute.
narwhal swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion.
Okay. Enjoying your ride here, the city of London passes by until you're in the rural countryside, and after a few hours of driving, you are already in kind of like the northern highlands up here. You can see the many long rolling green hills. It's the perfect time of year that the hills themselves have taken on this beautiful emerald color. You pass by low-lying lochs and lakes on the left-hand side, and up on the right there are rises of forests dotting on the horizon, and a sky that is emblazoned heavily with large white fluffy clouds. After a little while, you can hear the chime of something and the squeaking of cart wheels. Anything from the trolley? Oh yes, no, those will just be a galleon there. I know they are a bit expensive, I know. Anything from the trolley? A old lady comes in, pushing the trolley cart closer toward the two of you. Not two of you, all of you.
What's on this trolley?
We have plenty at our disposal. We have cauldron cakes. We also have chocolate and licorice ones. We have chocolate frogs, elephant on a unicycle we just recently got back in. Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, and of course, backed by very popular demand, even though the curtains never quite agreed with it, we have pepper imps.
I like look back at like Rowan and Caleb, like, what do I get? What are these sweets? What?
Yeah, Rowan stands up and he's fishing out some money, and he buys some of the licorice ones. And then he looks at Millie. Do you like jelly beans?
I don't mind jelly beans.
And in every flavors.
Every flavour. Is that literal?
That's literal.
Oh, well, I do necessarily have to try one, I guess.
Yes.
I'm going to like look at the array of candies.
Chocolate. I really like chocolate. Which kind should I get?
Well, we have honeydukes of best, made with some of the best cocoa beans, brought in directly right after harvesting.
Chocolate's always good.
Um,
And Rowan goes back to sitting down, and he sits down in this really strange way. He plants his feet on the cushion and is sort of squatting with his back against the Jordan, you totally know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, and that's how he sits.
I know the face too.
Yes. Well, picture
fingers.
it.
I can picture the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that, and then he's nibbling on a wand, and he offers Millie one. Millie, Penelope, Caleb, everybody gets one.
While this transaction's occurring, I am going to try to swipe a chocolate frog.
Yeah, totally. You may make a sleight of hand check.
Can I see Caleb?
Oh
doing
my
this?
god! A non-natural one? That's nice.
Rude.
Oh,
Can I-
you're about to get in trouble.
Can I see Caleb doing this?
You see Caleb doing this?
Well,
yeah. Probably.
Looks like everyone can.
Everyone can.
With a one, it's like, oh!
So, question: when he clearly gets caught, can I swipe too?
No, because then like she's looking down at that area. It's a very enclosed space. You know, he's right by it. So she's like, she says with like this terrible face. You know in Lord of the Rings when Bilbo is like, it's mine. Like that's the kind of look that comes over her face, and you're like,
yeah. I just start running. I just start running and just run into the wall.
There's no running. You're in like a tiny little compartment.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I just like try to get away from her and just
backward.
smack into the wall.
Just face plant into the door frame.
I think she goes, if you want something, I'll be sure to get it for you. He says. Now she did that because canonically, I kind of like it. I think it's funny. She's like an eldritch entity. She's not human. Put that back. Yeah, just like a terrible, terrifying look that she gives you. her eyes become sunken in, and like her teeth become like spiked,
Shit.
pointed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like smile sweetly up at her.
I'll take 2 of those. Thank you so much.
Certainly. She'll give you 2.
Can I try to swipe a third one as she leaves?
No.
Come on.
It's the cat's out of the bag, my guy. She's not.
That's fine.
Yeah,
No worries.
he's careful now.
I just wanted to do it because I thought it'd be funny, but that's fine.
Enjoy the train ride. She spits.
Back to a sweet old lady. I will take
That was
my
fucking
second
creepy.
one. I'll take my second one and hand it to Caleb.
You look like you wanted one of these.
Oh, thanks. I was just trying to take it just because, but I appreciate it.
Roland,
Yes,
Roland
that was
passes out.
awfully rude for her to talk to you like that. I didn't quite
I know,
like
right?
that.
I didn't appreciate it. I think we should definitely report her.
Order.
Who should we report her to? Probably somebody important. Maybe the headmistress, whoever that is.
Do you know who that is?
Sure. I definitely do not.
I don't either.
And while these two are talking, Rowan tilts his every flavor beans over to Penelope so she can try one.
Let's write a letter.
I actually have rolling tables for all of these.
Oh, a letter.
I love it.
I'm really good at writing condescending letters. My dad's a lawyer.
Let's do it.
Just sending letters.
She's gonna pay. Can't talk to people like that.
So, the two of you who have chocolate frogs, roll 1d101.
Roll 101. 24.
Okay,
31 for
24
me.
is Adalbert Waffling, a British wizard, was a magical theoretician credited to have written all about magic and is considered the father of magical theory. And here is the
Ooh.
image.
Cool.
Go. Next one. What did
31
What did
for
Jordan
mine.
get? 31?
31.
You got Balfour Blaine, a British wizard who established the Committee on Experimental Charms. And look at this dang dude's face.
Wow, that is quite the long face.
Oh,
This
man.
guy.
Oh my.
Now that is a
Yeah.
Habsburg
Damn.
jaw.
That guy, man.
I will like
The golden
look at my
age, yeah.
card and be like, wow, he is absolutely dreadful looking. What
Yeah,
happened
mine
to
is
his
too.
face? Well, yours. Look at mine. He looks atrocious. Horrible.
You can see the one that's in your painting looks at you like, oh, and is going to walk out of frame.
He leaves. He leaves.
He leaves. He's like, how dare you?
Who is this twit? Like,
Yeah, mine
Yeah.
kind of sucks too.
can I like toss my card out the window? Like fuck this noise.
That guy
This is
will leave
stupid.
too. You're gonna toss your card.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss mine too.
I'm gonna toss my card out the window. I don't care. This is
See Billy
stupid.
do it, and I'm just gonna do it too.
This guy sucks. He left. He's ugly and he left.
Okay, who's having birdie bots?
Rowan is passing around to anybody who wants one.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll try one.
Okay, so this is a 1d48. So remember, to roll this, it's !R space 1d48. I would just copy it so that we can paste it in if you want to take multiple.
Here, there you go. I just
You added
Put
the
it in
little
chat.
parentheses.
I know
in
I
there,
did
the
that on
accent,
purpose so
you-
people could copy it.
Oh, okay.
8.
Oh, you can't do you can't do a capitalization. Won't work.
You know what's funnier than 24? 25.
Okay, so
Let's do this.
Caleb got
An 8.
blueberry.
Yay.
Wow, how nice.
Blueberry.
Delicious.
Very pleasant.
Okay. Rowan, you got something that definitely you did not foresee, but is not necessarily bad. You got lobster.
Oh well, I'll have another one of those. Oh, it's lobster. I could taste the butter and everything. It was even succulent.
Are you gonna eat another one then?
I'm gonna eat another
thinking
one.
That's gonna be lobster.
Because I think it's gonna be good.
Okay, and Jordan, Millie
Yes.
immediately farm dirt.
Oh.
She's gonna like immediately like spit it out onto someone. I'm gonna roll a D3 to see
Onto
who it
Penelope?
spits on.
Oh,
Rowan's
no.
1, Penelope's 2, Caleb's 3.
Okay, 2.
Oh no.
I spit it on Caleb.
No.
You get this little like half chewed piece of bean that lands on your lap.
Really? Chew your food and swallow. Jeez.
I can't.
And
What do you say about
Rowan
the
kind
experience,
of
Jordan?
tilts the box towards Penelope and says, "Try one."
Okay.
Please don't
I'll
spit
try
it
one.
on me.
No
I
one
can
says.
hear the no in her. Okay.
In her mind. No, don't make me do this.
It's so
And hey,
funny.
Penelope, I brought elephant on a unicycle.
Ooh. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun.
They don't have it for your friend?
No?
Oh, cool. Try one. He's gonna hand you like a little thingy. We'll get to you in a second then, Penelope. Are you gonna have a... Yeah, you're having a...
She
bean?
rolled.
I got
she
an
got
11.
Okay, let me quickly double check here. So, Caleb grabbed
My
a new one, right?
Yeah, my second one was a 28.
You got fried egg.
It's not bad.
No, not at all. Penelope
Breakfast.
with an 11. You got buttered popcorn, Penelope.
Oh, how nice.
That's not bad.
No. Although,
Am I
if
the
you actually
only
have
one
the
who
real
got
bean,
one
it
that was
tastes terrible.
disgusting?
The buttered popcorn one is not
This
good.
is magic butter
Oh.
popcorn. It tastes like movie popcorn. Listen,
Yeah.
I'll be like,
and
am
now...
I the only
we're doing
one that got
elephant.
one that was disgusting?
Try another one.
I swear, if it is disgusting, I'm never talking to you again.
Like, never again? That's going to be really hard.
Never.
He shakes the box. He shakes the box a little bit to loosen him up, and then it's
You
puts
got-
his arm out towards her.
You got blueberry
Come on.
pie.
Oh, there you
Nelly.
go.
Okay, she'll like chew on it.
You
She
live
takes it
another
out of the box and like slowly like puts it to her mouth and like barely just like sticks her tongue out and
I'm
licks
gonna
it
take
a little bit.
I'm gonna take Rowan's
And then he-
umbrella and just like shield myself so I don't get spit on again.
so you don't get spat on again.
Yeah.
But like it turns out to be delicious, and she'll look over at Rowan and be like, "Y'all forgiven."
Meanwhile, he's looking at her and he's kind of poking around, going, "Come on," and he picks one up.
Oh, you're doing another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, get a
Do
gross
elephant
one.
on a unicycle in a second here.
7.
Booger.
Oh,
Ugh.
ugh. And he starts chewing, and then his mouth goes dropsy, and he's like, "Oh God,
What was that one?
bogey."
Oh,
If you gave that to a
bogies.
5-year-old, they'd like it.
Yeah, but I'm not-
Disgusting.
Probably.
It's a good
Oh, and he
thing that
spits
I've
it
never
out
been
and
a
sort of like
5-year-old.
throws it out the window.
How do you know what booger tastes like? Nolan says. I'm joking.
Nolan, do you want one?
I'll try one. I brought these though. They make you sound like different animals. And he'll try one.
Okay.
Ooh.
We're just getting the real good rolls, huh?
He goes,
Mhm.
Oh.
He starts coughing it up and flies out of his mouth. He got belly button lint.
Oh!
he
It's
starts
so
coughing
dry.
it, and it lands on
It's so
Caleb's
dry.
shoe.
No. I'll kick it at Millie.
Oh no! She'll like jump up on her chair.
Well, now that we're done with that unpleasant experience, and he's going to pull out a little box of assorted, like, it looks like Tic Tacs, and he's going to say, if anyone wants to play, you take these, and we get to see what kind of impressions we can do. And he's going to take one, and it is a D12.
Rowan will try one.
Hell yeah.
He got one, so he takes one.
Can't hear you.
It was okay on the microphone. I don't know if it couldn't come out. That was a
Wait, just-
rooster, cock-a-doodle-dooing.
Got it.
I can't even do a good rooster. Okay. Wait, are you guys taking more? The 1d48 is the beans. Are we taking more beans here?
No, that was you who rolled that.
That was me.
Nolan.
My bad. Okay, Penelope.
Oh my god, one.
Penelope.
Yep.
You got. Wait, I'm going to. I'm gonna send this to you, Penelope.
Oh
You got
no.
this. Go ahead and give us your best impression.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't want to do it.
If you really don't want to do it, I can do it for you if you'd like. So
I can't do animals at all.
okay, you can hear.
Nice.
From Penelope. She's got a horse. What else we got? We got a one. Oh, that's another rooster. There, for Rowan.
I got a 5.
So Rowan crows like a rooster.
Wonderful, thank you.
Nice.
The next
Nailed
one
it.
is Jordan. You got an 11. Oh, Jordan, we're gonna come
Send it
back
me
to you.
hidden.
Sure.
Send
Well,
it
actually,
to me hidden.
I'm not gonna send it to you in hidden.
Why not?
Caleb, you got for a reason. Caleb, you got a frog.
For a reason.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
Nice.
And you guys can actually see like Caleb's like throat to like open up just for a
Nice.
moment before returning normal. His face slightly turns green when Rowan rolls the rooster, and this also happened with Nolan. Like that little like flap comes hanging down suddenly, and then and like your lips turn into like slightly like a beak, and then it all comes back.
You
Penelope
gotta add the
with the
nose
horse.
into that. I mean, it's got this beak-like nose anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It suits him.
It just kind of all came together. Penelope, when she got horse, her face like elongated, you know. She did that, and then now Jordan,
Yeah.
Millie's face starts to warp weirdly. The front of her face becomes cylindrical. And you begin feeling a pressure deep within inside your head. You can see.
Oh, I got the train whistle, didn't I?
Yeah, the sides of her temples become like little windows.
My face goes
and
like bright
there is
red.
steam that shoots out of her ears.
Can't hear you.
Ah, damn it! There's a high train
Noise
whistle,
cancel up.
like that. And Millie, your face comes back, and you feel like literally like hot steam is just coming out of your ears.
That really cleared out my sinuses, actually. I can breathe better.
Oh. She'll like pinch the bridge of her nose.
And Nolan's just laughing his ass off at all of these like noises that you all are making. He laughs so hard he actually falls out of his chair. And with that, the train ride continues on through the day. The sun begins to set on the horizon, filling the sky with a sort of amber haze. You can see the tops of clouds turn into a bright magenta color. And it's not long after that moonlight takes over the northern fields. You can see the clouds cast long twilight shadows along the moors, and further up ahead, as we're nearing probably our like 8th hour of the train ride, because it's a really fucking long train ride. I like looked it up. It's like 9 hours long. And you enter into a kind of deeper forest where all around you trees are just passing, and you can hear the screeching of train wheels in a kind of quick chunk that stops you with an abrupt stop. Those brakes screeching heavily, and then you can hear calling out, "Hogsmeade Station, arrived!" And you all start to gather up your things. By now, you would have been told a little while ago to put on your robes earlier, so you all would have gotten changed into your robes. And you exit out onto the steaming station. Hogsmeade Station is the cool, brisk night air greets you on your face. You can see the steam rising up all around, and you can hear off to your left a heavy, booming voice. "First years with me! First years!" And you turn and you can see a man who is taller than anybody else you've ever seen, probably 2 times as tall as the average person, and about 3 times as wide. He stands out in the center as many of your other first years gather around with him, and he starts kind of doing a quick head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And once he's done, he looks down at all of you, kind of stopping on Penelope for a moment, and he can see like how interested, how excited she looks, and you see a little smile come over his large bearded face. That beard goes down all the way down to like his belly button and has kind of white streaks running through it and through his hair. He's definitely getting older. And he says, "Hello, everybody. You may call me Professor Hagrid. We'll be leading you down to the docks. Professor Flitwick will be leading the charge. Just this way, everybody." To your right, you can see another man. He's dressed in a fine black 3-piece suit with a bow tie, kind of coattails coming off behind him, a well-combed, straight brown hair, and a very well-coiffed handlebar mustache. And he says, "Just down this way. It's a tradition that we take boats to Hogwarts in our first year. I know you've probably seen everyone go up to the carriages, but this is the proper way." Okay, everyone follows.
Can Rowan
Okay.
see the carriages?
No,
No. Okay.
they're up a little hill.
Okay.
Okay. Going down the side of the hill here, you exit out onto a lake. You can see a small dock with boats that sit silently. They have no rudders, no sails, no oars. They sit silently with this kind of baby blue painted siding. There's one that's much larger than the rest that Hagrid will go and sit down upon. And everybody else is ushered into your own little boat. Professor Flitwick also hops into one of the boats. There's a reason why this lake is called the Black Lake. Looking down within it, it is completely dark. You cannot see even an inch below, especially here at night. Sitting down in your boats, the water is completely calm. There's no wind, making it just this constant, slightly moving, like mirror that reflects the lights of the stars high up above. Here in the rural parts of Scotland, there's no light pollution, and so you can see everything in front of you. Professor Flitwick says, "To the castle!" And all of the boats start silently cutting through the water together as one, cutting through it like a knife through butter, softer than that. You roll around the siding of the lake until you come around a side bend, just the silhouettes of trees on your lefts and rights. And right around the bend of the lake, something comes into view. Buildings set high up upon dark, cragged, black stone rock cliffs. You can see Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in all of its many, many beauteous places. The tall towers and spires of Hogwarts schools reaches up toward the sky and almost seems as if it touches the very stars that it mimics with its twinkling lights of firelight from the little windows. And down on the lake, you can see a building that you're softly coming toward, a boathouse just sitting right on the top of the lake. Little lights are on in there. And you can see like kids put their hands down, touching the lake as it bulges on either side. And you gotta sit down, Hadley? You gonna sit down on the chair? No, you're not sitting down with me. Please leave. You're either there or you're leaving. Okay, thank you. Where am I? Yeah, your boat's like rock silently hitting the sides of the boathouse. Haggard gets out of his boat and starts to kind of manhandle kids, picking them up and just placing them off. Flitwick says, "It's a bit of a climb," and you follow him up the stone steps that switch back and forth until you reach up into the viaduct courtyard that overlooks the lake down below. You can see the pointed roof of the great hall come into view, and these large wood reinforced doors that would open up into the castle. However, you don't go through those. Instead, Flitwick leads you off to the left through a much smaller door. He puts a finger over it, and you can see a lock unlock, and it opens up. You walk into a circular room in a very, very short tower, the only single floor high. It has black and white tiled flooring, and all along the walls are portraits of the graduating classes of Hogwarts. There are there are pictures first in color, then going back further, black and white pictures, and then paintings, and then medieval paintings. People with their own like little portraits, all trying to look distinguished with their noses held high. Meanwhile, the newer ones, kids are throwing their hats up in the air, very excited, grabbing friends. Flitwick says, "They should be just about ready. I'll be right back. When I do, you'll be following me." And he exits out a door for a moment. You guys have a quick moment to roleplay, if anything.
Wow, this place is huge. Have any of you ever been here before?
Rowan just shakes his head. He's sort of staring up at the ceiling and sort of walking in a small circle. No.
I drove past Buckingham Palace once.
I've been
Buckingham
here.
Palace.
Who's been here?
A girl states, putting her hand up. You actually do recognize her. She is. Oh no, Hadley. No, we're not reading that right now. Okay. She is Sadie from your group from earlier, Professor Milne's daughter. Happy to be back.
Hold on. Since your dad is the professor, do you just live here?
Most of the time. Of course, we were out in London for gathering up supplies.
Do you like living here? Is it quite nice?
It's a little cold in the winter. And it's really big, very easy to get lost. But it's kind. Has a sort of warmth to it.
I ordered ranch because I thought he didn't eat my.
Well, I think you would be the expert. That makes sense.
How's Penelope seeming now?
She is slightly hyperventilating, um, with her head on the nearest person's like shoulder or back. And she's like, "Oh no, I feel like this is gonna be big. This is gonna be a big moment. I'm just scared."
A moment later, the door opens that Professor Flitwick went through. All right, everybody. They're just about ready. Follow me. Come on. Single file, please.
Oh, okay.
What, Rowan?
Oh, Rowan was going to kind of link an arm in Penelope's elbow and just kind of tug her along.
It's fine. You can do that. You can do that. Yeah, you can kind of tug Penelope further.
Yeah.
And Penelope, you seem a little bit nervous. You have somebody at your side to help you. And you enter out into the entrance hall. This grand area with these almost look like large hourglasses of different colors, the house point system. And there is stairs that lead up into what looks to be a much larger room. You can see things moving from within the moving staircases. But on your left, there is a large, heavy brass door with striations and markings that move along its side. And Flitwick stands right at the very front. He kind of fixes his bow tie, smiles brightly. Everyone behind me. And you can see the doors click open, and a sliver of light hits Flitwick's face. He smiles brightly, and the area opens to you. He takes a step forward, and you all come with him. You can see the Great Hall in all of its large glory. There is in the ceiling beautiful candlesticks that twinkle from above, hovering many, many, many feet up in the sky. And above that, the banistered ceiling has a sort of illusion that moves through it. You can see the night sky from above, and you can see clouds starting to part as a small crescent moon hangs in the distance. On the right-hand side, there is a large, warm fireplace that breathes warm life into the space around you. And on the left, there is painted glass that shows just a bit of light coming in toward a emerald satin cloth table. The table itself, emblazoned with the colors of Slytherin House, this beautiful emerald hue, is filled to the brim with students, just like all the other ones. These long 4 tables, and up above it is a tapestry of a coiled snake, its head rearing back to strike. Next to that, left of middle, is the golden hues of Hufflepuff House. There is a badger that rears up on its hind legs and bows toward all of you. On the right hand of the middle, where you're walking through, still following Flitwick, and you can see the older kids going through, there is the azure blue colors of Ravenclaw House, with its its banner of a eagle that unfurls its wings toward you. On the far right-hand side by the fireplace, there is the crimson reds of Gryffindor House, and the banner of a head of a lion that roars out toward all of you, baring its teeth, but you can't actually hear any roar that comes out. Continuing forward, you can see a raised platform at the very end of the hall, where semicircular desks make for a seating area for the faculty of Hogwarts. And standing up at the very front, right in front of a 3-pronged wooden stool with an old ratty brown cap on it, is a woman. She stands in a green dress that kind of turns to black as it goes all the way down to the ground, draping around her. She has pointed shoulders coming up on either side, a high collar, a brooch in the center of her chest, and these kind of long flowing sleeves. She has her hair braided up into an updo and has a white flower that is bloomed along her temple. She stands there with her nose up. This is Headmistress McGonagall. She gives all of you a look as you come forward to the front.
I'm gonna elbow Caleb a little bit too hard and say,
That's who we need to send the letter to.
Did you already write it?
No, I'll write it later, maybe at dinner.
Okay, I'll help you.
Okay.
Esther Flitwick goes off to the side, and the headmistress looks at all of you. She says, "Everyone, please welcome our newest students to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry." And people give a little clap for you all. As you all take your first steps into these walls, reflect on what your legacy will be here. At this Academy of Knowledge, you will have opportunities unlike what you will find in the world beyond. These short 7 years are crucial to your future. So I ask that all of you, as your name is called up to be sorted, I ask that you ponder, who will you be? What shall you be known for? And what will you accomplish here? Will you be knowledgeable, as Rowena Ravenclaw was? Will you show cunning and loyalty, as Salazar Slytherin did to gain his renown? Perhaps you will lead through empathy and community, as so many who go through Helga Hufflepuff's house do. Or press forward with action and courage as Godric Gryffindor to see a new future shine in the distance. I shall call each of your names in alphabetical order by surname. When I do, I ask that you come forward and sit yourself on the stool in front of you, at which point the sorting hat will place you in your new house, which you will be bound to for the remainder of your schooling here. To begin," she says, putting a hand out. Flitwick grabs a long, scroll, hands it to her. She unfurls it. It hits the ground and knocks on the ground and, rolls off of the platform toward you. She puts her hand up, and on her face appears a set of half-moon spectacles that she looks down toward. "To begin, Delilah Aiken." And as your names are starting to be called, and you stand there with either nervous energy or excitement brewing within your chest, every single eye looking out toward your group, waiting for what might come, that is where we are going to end tonight's episode.
Yay!
Hey.
We did it.
Woo!
I hope you guys have enjoyed your time tonight.
We did it.
Thank you guys so much for playing.
Yay.
Thank you guys at
We
home
did
for
it.
watching. We got Nick, who's been here with us all night.
Yay, Nick.
And that's where we are going to end the broadcast. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.